side. With that, I think we are good. So let's jump into Legacy of Kain, Defiance Remastered. I'm super jazzed to jump in. Once again, we just beat Soul Reaver 1 and 2. It is fresh on our minds. We're jumping in. Thanks to Lurkit for the review key for this, by the way. Big shout outs to that.
Choice, whether to rule a corrupt and failing empire, or to challenge the fates for another throw, a better throw against one's destiny. What was a king to do?
The intro to Soul Reaver 1. Seeing Raziel sent to the abyss. It's the intro to Soul Reaver 2. Confronting Kain. Seeking vengeance from his betrayal. But Kain gets away, so we chase him through space and time. Badass cutscenes, man. This shit looks so fucking dope. I love these cutscenes, man.
But does one ever truly have a choice? One can only match, move by move, the machinations of fate, and thus defy the tyrannous stars.
Tyrannous stars. Is that I feel like that's a Shakespeare line. I feel like I've heard that before. 2001. Yeah, same, Meerkat, same. Now, granted, I was in middle school, but otherwise, same. Yeah, same, Will, but I was also still learning how to tie my shoes. We're not so different, you and I. It's all in engine. Can I toggle the graphics? Yes, I can. So that's the original. Here's the new stuff. Remastered.
And so I returned to the sanctuary
Wyatt.
of my enemy, the fortress of the Sarafan Brotherhood, deemed impossible for any man to penetrate. Impossible for any man.
He mad. He's always mad, but he mad.
Deep within these walls, my prey awaited. Mobius, the time streamer, deceiver and eternal gamester, using living beings as his pawns.
In the end, we'd rooted out an entire nest of the fiends. But we had swept that area already. Not well enough, but no matter. We purged every last one of that brood with fire.
Yeah, I kind of figured this was gonna happen because there was no voice slider. It's just music and sound effects.
It was time for Mobius to answer a few questions.
And the menu sound effects are kind of noisy.
For his sake, to find him in a forthcoming mood.
So I lowered them pretty low, but I was like, yeah, I kind of figured this was gonna happen. So we'll just raise the sound up by, I guess, a decent bit. We'll see. We'll kind of play it by ear. Literally. We'll literally play it by ear. We'll see how it goes. All right. We got Fraxon else, he says, here we go, the end of the drama. All right, so we got light attack and heavy attack. I'm guessing there will be some ooh. I'm guessing there will be some tutorialing to tell us kind of what to expect here. Break the barrels, good. Got the jump. And we do have the slow fall. Again, this is the remastered visuals we're looking at right now. Here's the original. Bam! And honestly, the original doesn't look bad, I don't think. The remaster, I can definitely see an improvement and greater fidelity. Excuse me, greater fidelity of things. But yeah, the original doesn't look terrible either. Combat mode, which I think means just like lock onto things, basically. What else was there? There's like a stealth mode. That's kind of cool. There's telekinesis, I think, at one point. Yeah, that'll be kind of cool. Yeah. You have the same voice actor. Yes, you're exactly right, Dudson. You're exactly right. I think there will be the same voice actor for Raziel when he appears as well. I'm gonna guess that there's probably. I wonder if this is gonna be like the lead up. There we go. If this is all gonna be like the lead up to what we saw at the end of Soul Reaver 2. if we're gonna see how Kain managed to get to Raziel. Oh, get his ass. Yeah, if we're gonna see how Kain managed to get to Raziel, to save him from the Soul Reaver claiming his soul, the Soul Reaver from reaving his soul, I suppose. Because he was saying how we're penetrating the Seraphine stronghold. I'm gonna guess this is probably around the events of one of the Soul Reaver games. Yeah, so we do slowly drain over time, right? Which makes sense, because yeah, which is, let me think about this. Well, we didn't have that in Soul Reaver 1. Well, no, we did have that in Soul Reaver 1, but once we got the actual Soul Reaver, okay. But Soul Reaver 2, we did have to deal with that. Now, I'm not sure what that was. I right-clicked instead of using, like, the E button to feed. I guess that's just to finish them off. Am I not playing with controller? No, I played Soul Reaver 1 and 2 with gamepad, with mouse keyboard. And to be honest, it actually worked pretty well. It worked pretty well, so I figure, well, let's keep with it if possible. But yeah, if need be, I could switch to gamepad if at some point things start feeling kind of clunky. But so far it feels pretty alright, actually, all things considered. Make that jump. Oop. Okay, I thought maybe I could jump on that one. Nothing else, is kind of a matter of paying attention to the tutorial prompts and that kind of deal. Seeing what they recommend as far as general happenings and general navigations. Oh, just over here, okay. He's got the sword. He does, yes. So right now we have the physical version of the Soul Reaver blade. Raziel had like the soul bound, like the spirit bound version of the Soul Reaver blade. You know, he would refer to it. We can go through that door, by the way. He would refer to it as like the sword's twin. Spiritual version of the sword and the physical version. We can't go in that one. I'm like trying other buttons, but I'm pretty sure that's the one we would normally want to go for. The camera was fixed back in the day. Wait, the camera was fixed. Right, so instead of being able to move it like this, when you say fixed camera, do you mean like we're talking like a Resident Evil, like original Resident Evil fixed camera, where it was like it's like up here and then you go down the hallway and then the camera's over here and then you go down the hallway and it like shifts each time? Or did it mean it was always at your back? Because I can move around him. I can move around him. So it's like, yeah, it's like you would like turn and it would like turn with you, like that kind of deal. Because that would be a little weird. Can't go in there either. I do see an opening over yonder. Maybe I should just drop down. No, that's where we came from. That's not it. Some stuff up here. Maybe I can just jump up here. Hmm? This game has a timer. Right, yeah. Well, so did Soul... Oh, here we go. Jump. Oh, they can jump on this one. Okay. Yeah, Soul Reaver had the same thing. The blood hunger that vampires have. They need to constantly feed. Move into the gate to mystery, just like in Soul Reaver 1. Except, well, and 2. Except Raziel can only do that in the spectral version of himself. Cannot do it in the physical version. But now, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 had the blood hunger as well, but it was a little bit... There were ways to mitigate it. And, of course, one way to mitigate it is by feeding constantly.
Oh, please, no.
From time to time, it is necessary to feed.
Right, so that's one way to mitigate it.
And
the Soul Reaver blade was able to mitigate it for Raziel in Soul Reaver 1 and 2.
Must be savored.
We could feed if we needed to. And this is actually interesting. This is our first time we've actually seen like a human thrall before. There's a few of them around here. We don't need them yet. I'm gonna see if I can hold on to them until things get desperate. You know, we're not exactly playing a hero. We're not exactly we're playing something of an anti-hero right now. So yes, if we need to feed because we're getting low on the juice, then I'll come back here and consume some blood. But there's a whole bunch of them. But I'm gonna see if we can get the Seraphine juice beforehand. What's this? Shatter an object. Thing. That. Health talisman. I wonder if it's one of those where like you get a certain number of them. Oh, here we go. Yeah, if I get a certain number of them, will that increase my maximum health or something? Health talisman. Challenge the fates. Different Reavers, just like in Soul Reaver 2. Artifacts, collectibles, health talismans. 1 out of 3. Sure enough, that's exactly it. So originally, so it's like old Resident Evil. So wow, fixed camera is wild. I can't imagine. You could move the camera a little bit. And you could look in first person. That's weird. Interesting. Yeah, because when I think of fixed camera, I think of like Resident Evil 1, where you walk down the hallway, the camera does not move at all. When you get from one end to the next, then it shifts to another fixed camera position, and there was no movement. So if it moves a little bit, that's something, but not much though. Not much. Look at that! Look at that happy mug. Always like just so fucking pissed, just sneering, scowling the whole time, like someone just cut a rancid ass fart in front of him, and he's just constantly smelling it. Pissed as all get up. Can't go there either. Game does look good though. Oh, here we go.
What was that?
The visuals do look good. The remastered visuals. Oh. Convenient.
The touch of water
drank some of his blood, man.
To a vampire. I had to find another way to pass.
Now, Raziel didn't have to worry about that at all. After about halfway through Soul Reaver 1, because he was able to gain an ability that gave him invulnerability to dealing with water. It was never an issue for him. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and go back, and I'm gonna feed from one of those thralls, because I think we're about to cross a broken bridge. Who's the lucky victim? You, lucky victim. Gotta hold it. Oh shit! Oh no! I know. You have to. Okay. I was like, I clicked it, and it was a one-time thing, but it was like a very small drink. You have to hold it to make sure you get the full juice. Makes you need a little bit more. All right, one more. One more, then I'm good. One more for the road. There we go. Yes, if you click it once, it'll just do a little boop, and then they just die. I figured they wouldn't die if you didn't take too much. The vampires, yeah. Well, it's weird because there's different kinds of vampires, I think. I'm not sure what you would call Kain. Necessarily, but like in the like the cutscenes to Soul Reaver 1, you see briefly the vampirified versions of the Seraphan champions that are his followers, and they don't have the weird goofy hands and footsies. So I'm not sure exactly why Kain has that. We kind of have an idea as to why Raziel has that. But yeah, that I think might have... There might be other explanations for that. What a platforming action. Another one of these things. Biblically accurate pickup right there. Green. TK. Tonky Kong. I'm not sure what TK stands for. I'm gonna guess telekinesis. Maybe something to enhance like your energy for special abilities. More thralls everywhere. I'll take this one. Bit of the juice. It's convenient that they just have a bunch of dudes and dudettes shackled throughout this game's dungeon as we're kind of going through it. I mean, this is all in the Seraphan stronghold, so I'm guessing these are prisoners that they've taken. I don't know if they're prisoners of war from other civilizations or what, or just criminals.
Streamer, my prey was nearly in my grasp. But the door had been sealed by a blessed barrier. As I approached, the Reaver resonated in response. Perhaps its dark sorcery could dispel these holy barriers.
When did God of War come out? Relative to this, you know, that's a good point. The original, like, PS2 God of War games would have been contemporary with this game, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure which would have come first. But this was a PS2 game, and God of War, the original ones on PS2 were also on PS2. Well, that was a redundant thing to say, but yeah, they would have come around the same time frame. What's up, Dino Gamer? Walking like we're on the moon. The animation is a little bit on the slow side. Blast they asses. Move in a direction. Wait, hold on. I'm confused. So what did the blast do? Okay, so that's like a little concussive blast to knock him back. There we go. Yeah, move in a direction. The move in a direction I couldn't really see working for me. Unless it meant like it just determines where, like, which direction you're gonna throw them. I was thinking maybe I could like pick them up and like move them around, but nothing really jumped out. Anyway, there'll be more opportunities to try that out, I'm sure. Got a local map. Right here, encyclopedia. Skins. Skins? So Raziel, there we go. Character skins, you say. Reaver skins, that's cool. Ooh, cool. So apparently there's others. Wait, is this different at all? They look the same. I guess that means I don't have them unlocked yet, basically. Yeah, they look the same. Whoa, that's super different. What the hell? Is this a, hold on. What am I thinking of? Like a Krampus Kain? That's the default. Is this one different at all? Oh, I could kind of see. It's a little bit different. Yeah, it's a little different. I'll stick with the original. Interesting. What about the Reaver? The Reaver, yes. Demastered Reaver. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. You can play as a remastered visuals with old Reaver. That's actually kind of cool. Blood Drinker. Oh, that's sick. I love that. Dude, these look badass. I mean, I know they're just there for visual purposes, but they're pretty. They're real pretty. Oh my fucking god. That one looks fucking wild. I mean, maybe a little bit impractical, but wild, just truly wild. We'll do the original for the time being, but some of these look like pretty sick, honestly. I'm pretty impressed. The whole reason I came here was to look at the map. Local map, there we go. A much more detailed map than Soul Reaver 1 or 2 ever even dreamed of giving us. For one thing, 1 had no map at all by default. I'm guessing 2 was the first one to have some kind of map. So the first God of War games came out after this one. Okay. Well, I figured they're both PS2, so, you know, same general idea. Or a general generation, that is. The first one was like an earlier concept, yeah, because he didn't look that different, but I can see some slight differences for sure. Is that a person? The things are glowing. I think it's a statue. This is Arcane Tome. I feel like I should have read that. I should have read the text before I just walked into it. Probably not a bad thing that I picked it up. Got the fisties ready for me. Sorry, I got excited. Vampires love their impractical aesthetics. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. I like the reverberations on these doors. Cool noise. Smack him all I want. All I want. It won't do shit. E for health. Where? Where did I suck the health? I sucked something. I heard something break. I heard like something shatter. What did I just do? I found the invisible health pickup, apparently. A health potion just kind of hanging around somewhere. Kick that door. There we go. Couldn't kick in the other ones. God of War kind of changed the landscape. It definitely kind of ushered forth a generation of action platformer game. Well, I guess like action, maybe spectacle fighter games that had like a bunch of like quick time events and that kind of thing. And yeah, I never played any of the. I've actually never played any God of War game, original or otherwise. Oh, this is water. I knew that. I knew that. I was just pretending to be stupid. No, to your point, yeah, there was definitely a period of time where like God of War kind of was the standard. that absolutely was the standard, for better or for worse. I never played them, but they did seem pretty cool, honestly. I thought they seemed pretty neat. I thought they were neat. So I think it did save the fact we picked up this tome over here. Now, would that be in the collectibles? Unique abilities. Special attacks. Common abilities. Combat. Dark Chronicle. I do love the rotating 3D models like that. That makes me happy. Reavers. Artifacts. Collectibles. In tomes. Oh, it's like concept art. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. So like that's how you access the bonus stuff. Confidential. There you go. This is from Blood Omen, right? Yeah, Blood Omen. Yeah, box art. That's neat. Hence, its arcane nature. Arcane tomes? I'm just saying. Oh, shit. There we go. There we go. Let's keep looking around. This. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, if there was like some kind of ground pod maneuver, and there is. We kick that door. Oh, that's where we got the blurred. We get the blurred from this guy here. But we sucked it through the wall, and then it disappears. That's how that works. Okay. Was wondering what had happened there. So was this the door that had the waters? That's the other one. Yeah, this one that had the waters. Need to drain that water somehow. Yeah. And there's nothing I could have like jumped to or lower that drawbridge. Yeah, they seem pretty cool. Use telekinesis on the drawbridge. Not a bad idea. There was some kind of like we can do it here. Check the see if the statue has something. Could try it. It had some kind of glowiness. Some kind of glowiness to it. Yes. Yeah, look, if I move it like right, it looks like I'm just zapping his penis. It's got like some kind of glowiness to the hands. If I didn't know better, I would say like, oh, is there a... Oh, that's the feed. I was like, he's just... Wait, hold on. Speaking of doing things to this guy's dick. Yes. Come to me. This would be the time when one of the guards walks up and they're like, yeah, man, I heard that Kain's around here somewhere. We should probably be checking the... Then he looks down and he sees this. And he's like, yeah, let's just keep walking. I don't want to fuck with that. He's like, I don't want to get in the way of whatever's going on there, man. Like, I just don't want to be involved, man. Just do whatever, dude. Consider this my 2 weeks. Fondle. I should just approach all potential situations just with this as my approach. Ow. Oh, but they moved to launch towards. Oh no, is that one? Yeah, I see what's going on here. Not a one-time thing. At first, I thought they were just firing straight ahead. They turned to face your ass. Checkpoint. Ah, that's what these are. Cool. Oh, that's cool. If you hold it, you'll launch upwards with the attack. Oh, shit.
Look,
it's funny, I have the sword out when I started with the cutscene.
These pathetic humans have.
So now he has the sword out the whole time in the cutscene. That was kind of fun. Yeah, if you right click and hold it, kind of jumps up for the follow-up, which is kind of cool. Yeah. So you can do some air combos. That's kind of sick. So what else is there? Could have tried that one. Yeah, that's the one that like has some kind of like extra blast you can do. Yeah, sees Batman, closes the door and says, you know what? Nah, this ain't it, man. This ain't it. I'm good, homie. Now, this is looking awfully similar to the kinds of chambers we were seeing in Soul Reaver 2 when Raziel was exploring the Seraphim Stronghold. Like that kind of configuration right there is particularly familiar. The door that will inevitably close on us, like you know that shit's coming. You know it's coming. and grab the blurred. Again, nice of them to not only have a bunch of just prisoners chained up, nice and ripe with delicious blood for me to grab for my own delicious needs, but they just have cauldrons full of blood lying around for me just for my own taking. It's so nice of them. Very, very considerate. And I'm guessing this means that Kain does not have like the sunlight sensitivity that other vampires do. Even other vampires in the Soul Reaver universe, from Soul Reaver 1 that is, specifically. See that the vampire monsters, you could throw them into like sunlight beams and it would fucking burninate them to death.
Vampire!
Well, goddamn. Yeah, I don't know how to like throw them in. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it really is like throw them in the direction of your choosing. Oh, thought he was like ready for murder. Ready now? Nope, not yet. How do I know he's ready to be feasted upon? Slurp, 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 slurp. Ow. I'll explode your face. Keeps getting back up. There we go. I think I figured it out. Yes, the blood. There we go. There we go. We were going towards that guy before the dudes jumped out suddenly, trying to get my ass. No double jump and no high jump where you can crouch and then spring upwards. Revived by a dude. Right. Yeah. So that'd be the events of Blood Omen 1. You get the powers, right. You can be in the light, but you were weakened though, which makes sense. That makes sense. Disguise yourself as human, that's cool. Yeah, yes, that'd be the events of Blood Omen 1, yeah. Yeah, there was something kind of similar in Soul Reaver where, like, certain things, like, we didn't have, like, the full blood hunger necessarily, but we still had, like, some deterioration. And you wouldn't have to drink their blood to be able to continue, but you still had to, like, consume their souls to be able to keep yourself going.
This
so yeah, that's a recurring theme, I would say.
And designed to enhance the Reaver's power. But this coincidence seemed too convenient. Mobius clearly meant for me to find it.
Sound the alarm! Vampire! Don't let him escape! Surround him!
I get to use this cool new emblem thingy?
Fiend, and we will promise you an easy death.
I could promise you the same, but it would be a lie.
Okay. What do we got? What do we got? So, back out of this one. Let's go back to this one. Status. Unique abilities. Streaking blurred, mist form. Oh, there is a big jump. There is a big jump. We know about the slow fall. I don't know if I know about bat flight. I know about water vulnerability. Special attacks. None of those yet. Maybe it's under Reavers. Balance emblem? Oh, there we go. Okay. Store the energy we receive from gorging. Okay. When charged, it does a wave of magical energy. Cool. Alright. So generally just more damage. Now I wonder how we do the spell. Maybe that's the heavy attack.
Balance him.
Experiment around and see what happens. Now, I don't know if it's one of those where, like, if you... Thanks for just kind of standing there while I fuck up your homie, man. If it's one of those where, like, if you let them alone, they'll eventually recover. Okay, they just keel over.
Die, vampire!
It'd be cool if there was some kind of way to do... I mean, it makes sense that we can't. Oh, that's kind of cool. There we go. Sick as hell. Oh, that powers it up. That's why you would want to do the Stabbo instead of the Drinko. You do the Stabbo, that charges up the sword, and now you can do the Reaver spells. As I was wondering, why would you want to, like, charge that up necessarily? What's the point of doing that finisher? That is why. But anyway, yeah, it's like while you're drinking, like, use your other hand to, like, telekinetically throw someone else around. Kain's got some pretty cool abilities. The telekinesis is really sick. And the, like, the psychic blast thing is neat too. It's like, he's got a lot of cool abilities. That's cool. We telekinetically yoinked the guy to us. He bounced off of us. We did like a, like, I'm not sure if we, like, I guess it was maybe the metal thing he's got. Like, he bonked off of something. We just use that for our own purposes. It's pretty cool. We got the Reaver ability thing. Do I need to go over here now?
This barrier.
Here we go. Here we go.
Curious resonating effect on the Reaver.
Yeah. Nah, I did it. Oh, I sure hope so, Meerkat. Animations are a little bit on the floaty side. Maybe a little bit, yeah. I would say that's accurate. Yeah, a little bit on the floaty side. Which is, I'm not necessarily an indictment. I would say more just kind of how games kind of around the PS2 era sometimes felt a little bit. To be honest, I'm actually kind of enjoying it because Soul Reaver 1 and 2, maybe 2 to a lesser extent, but definitely 1, the platforming was a little bit unforgiving. Like, the movements were a little bit stiff at times. So this is actually a little bit refreshing. Hoping to, like, bunk it. Oh, he's on fire. I was sick. I hear him go like, ooh, yeah, there we go. I was wondering where that line came from. I realized that was a Kain line. Probably try to do some more drinkies because my guy's getting hungry.
This door had been equipped with a singular lock, requiring an unusual key. Somehow, I would find it.
Yeah, realistic gravity? Who needs that, man? Is the map the same? Actually, the map is actually useful. The map in the previous game, well, Soul Reaver didn't even have a map. The original Soul Reaver had 0 map. This game has a map, and it's actually pretty good. Like, it's very detailed. Soul Reaver 2, well, Soul Reaver 1 Remastered had a map, and it was very similar to Soul Reaver 2's map, which gave you, like, an overworld map. It was like, here's where you are in the overall world. Did it tell you where you were, like, relatively, like, in the dungeon or area you were in? No, it just said you are northeast of this area over here, generally. So not overly helpful. This map is, like, actually detailed. So that is legit quite useful. Quite useful. Or if we're gonna find the room where we had, like, where, like, Raziel's statue was. Also, this might be going the wrong way. Actually, speaking of maps, I should look at this one. Wondering if there was a hotkey to bring up just the map alone. So I think it's going the wrong way. Oh, maybe not, actually, because we would have just come from the room that we got the emblem. I'll go forward a little bit, but I have a sneaking suspicion this is probably the wrong direction. Blah. Rude. Oh, I should look what the, yeah, this is the wrong way, yeah. Well, I'm thinking of it. I should look what is his unique ability. So there was the one that was the big jump. Superhuman leap. So when standing on, oh, okay. So you can't just do it any time. There are context sensitive moments where you can use big jump. Because Raziel has that, like, crouch leap ability, which is mandatory for a bunch of parts of the game in order to get through certain sequences. Hoping for something kind of similar. Woe to the conquered is how it translates. Nice, okay. Yeah, since I've never played Blood Omen, I'm sure there's plenty of things like that I've missed. System's already open. That's the one to go towards. I'd heard people reference it, but I don't think we'd ever actually heard it until this game. I have not heard it until this game. was hoping it would, like, okay, like, bonk the other guy. Need some blurred. You're looking nice and tasty. Doing the one where you, like, kind of force pull it towards you is neat, but it's much more fun to, like, grab and just go, "Argh." More tasty. Bonk. Yeah, when he just kind of bonks off you. That's actually very fun. Oh, you have to okay, you can't just telekinetically fuck shit around forever. You think some of them experience a sexual thrill when they feel Kain pick them up by the neck with his big, strong, muscular arms, and they bring him real close and they smell his vampiric musk, and they realize that they're about to be done in by this sculpted Adonis of a vampire, and they think to themselves, oh, vampire daddy, if anyone's gonna break me up, it's gonna be you. Think any of them experience that sexual thrill, or is it just me? Hypothetically, of course, is what I'm referring to. Breakable objects. Asking for a friend, obviously. Backface says, oh yeah, I've got the ultimate defense. Smart man. He says, I know exactly what to do. Not sure if I have the juice to make that jump. That's a bit of a jump. Bit of a jump on that side. I'll take this thingy. Oh, bam. Give me the telekinetic stuff. Let's see. Was there a like throwable object? I guess maybe they were just referring to like the dudes that were out here. Make one of those. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, breakable objects. Okay. Would be a breakable object in this case. Now that. Breakable object, you said. On this side. See, I can definitely go through that. Oop. You get excited. We can definitely go through that gate, no problem. And I could just break the door. No, that's not it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can make that jump. If I fall down, how terrible is that? It might be death. Yeah, it's death. It's water for one thing. It's water. There is a save game option. Oh man, I could just save whenever I want. Oh, beautiful. No more hunting down save points for me. No, sir. An aim. Breakable objects. I wonder what that could be referring to. Unless they're referring to the breakable faces of the dudes that were up here. Oop. Yeah, I don't know ledge grab on that one. Where we came from. I can't just go this one, can I? No. I jump from here. Whoop. And make it. Oh, invisible wall. Okay, I thought that was maybe gonna be it. That's not it. Whoop. Damn. And I definitely can't make it from that end. Oh, I see. Okay. There we go. I can jump on here. There we go. To be honest, I thought that like blue hue, that blue like glowish kind of hue was on the door itself. I thought that was the game telling me this door has like a magical barrier. So I didn't look too close at it because I was like, well, I can't mess with it anyway. I'm looking for a thing to disable it. Misunderstood what they were getting at. Now I understand. There we go. Wait, hold on. Real quick. Checkpoint. That'd be a really smart place to hide something sneaky over there. I was thinking if there'd be something secret in this room, it'd be over there on that little alcove. Okay, it says not a vampire fan. Yeah, I know it's like it was like a hot thing for a little bit. There were some folks that were really into the whole vampire thing. Obviously, well, I mean, there still are obviously, but it was like a real hot topic. Of course, around the time of the Twilight books and movies. You know, the vampire fans were eating real good for a while there. I think some of that will always be, you know, in vogue in some ways, but it was like really a hot topic then for sure. Right. Hold left, right. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but yes, that's a cool ability. Flash attack. Combo attack, yep. I do like that we're just fucking around in this little tutorial room. This little like a punching bag, like I guess like a training barracks basically. Yep. We're just playing around with their training toys. Kind of doing our own thing while we're also looking for I guess, yeah, a way to get to Mobius specifically. There we go. Oh, hold on. Do a mid-air blast. That's cool. There we go. Kind of launch him. There we go. Well, next. Oh, in combat mode. Okay, I see what they, so that'd be under, yeah, there's one. It's nifty. Move in a direction and wait, yeah. Oh, and double. There we go. There we go. And we resolve each little training dummy. Now for the last one, do we just get to fight the training dummy? Oh, slashing attack. Bam. Combo attack. Gotta prove ourselves. Lift. And separates. Lift. Bam. Gotta tap it. Not hold it, tap it. Sounds good, Dudson. Thanks for popping in, man. Thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate you. Chill with us for a little bit as we check out this cool game for the first time. I'm liking it so far. I mean, I would say so far, at least, I generally agree with the assessment. This game feels really dang good. It feels really good. It's like to pick up and play. And I would say it's the smoothest one in the series by a country mile. Not to say the other ones were bad, obviously, but the other ones had, well, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 had quite a bit of clunk to them. And I embraced the clunk. I embraced the jank. And I definitely did with those games. None of it bothered me in the slightest. But I would say that, yeah, like, there's a comfort factor, which is kind of how it all flows, how it all feels. So, yeah, this is, for obvious reasons, a much more modern feeling game. Given that it was, I think, the last one in the series until Ascendance came out this year. Or was it end of year last year? I think it was this year. Like a few months ago. It stands to reason. Oh, it was a 2-for-1 special. Look at that. I don't think we'd actually ever seen any human thralls. Well, maybe you do in Blood Omen or Blood Omen 2, but definitely not in the Soul Reaver games. And I guess you wouldn't as a Soul Reaver, like a Wraith character. You never have to suck blood in those games. You have to consume souls. Yeah, we never saw any like human thralls in Soul Reaver 1 or 2, but you do see them in Ascendance. Did you move something maybe? Oh, just break it. There we go. That lowers the drawbridge. There we go, baby. Alrighty. Oh, this is the draw. Oh, okay. That leads back. Now, we were saying how we needed the, oh, that was that emblem. That was the emblem, right, for this door over here. Now I see. You guys are here. It's cute. What I want to do is, like, bop them into each other. Cadaverous Laceration. So is that just a cool little special ability, basically? I'm not sure why I received it just now. Maybe I'm just so cool the game said, well, this guy needs some flashy moves. So just any direction and left click. Okay. As Kain float in the air for at least 13 seconds. Give the suck. Well, we of course don't appear to have any sort of
Victus.
I think we have any sort of, oh yeah, let's do that one.
Attack!
There we go. Is it charged up now? Can I do the cool ability? There we go. That's what I wanted to do. That real quick. Yeah, we don't have any sort of like block ability, at least not to my knowledge. And of course, no parry, but dodging, I guess, is what it comes down to. So be entering into the combat like kind of stance, and then dodging accordingly. Yeah, I'm not sure what that fancy schmancy, what was it, the that carnivorous laceration move was. It seemed like it just said WSD plus left click. It seemed kind of vague exactly. Is that a special attack? Yes.
Cadaverous laceration.
Change direction, repeatedly press the attack button. So maybe that just means that's your standard combo. I think it's what that means. I think it means just your standard combo, rapid attack. Wait, in the air though? Rapid button presses, right. Quick practice. So that's a current attack. That's it right there. So another direct. Oh, I think I see. Yeah. And you can like change direction quickly. I think that's what that's getting at. So if you're in the combat stance, I think I see. Yeah. Whereas if you just do regular like left mouse click, or rather, well, I don't know. It's actually it looks pretty similar too. The animations are slightly different. Yeah. Yeah, I think I see it now. Pretty similar, but I think that's a general idea. Okay, anyway. So it would be this one, I think, right? I think this was it. Not that. Oh, you know what? I can just check the map. Just check the map. Take a look. Back out. No, crap. Oh, it's a different tab, I think. Could be... Oh, here we go. Map. No, Dark Chronicle. Oh, this is the overworld map, right? Which is great. I want the local map. Now we're good. Right, so it's not like explicitly marked. I think it was that one right there, maybe. Might just need to wander around for a little bit. It seems like the resources do replenish, as I definitely had grabbed this blood cauldron previously, and now it's back. So it seems like, yeah, it seems like there's like every so often there are replenishments of the stuff, and it's not this one, is it? Can't mess with that. Didn't think so. I just wandered a little bit for it, but... And if nothing else, if there's an area I'm not allowed to go, the game will probably make it clear. So I can go this way. Oh, but this is where we came... Yeah, okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I recognize this hallway. That'd be the door from like, much earlier. I thought it was this one for some reason. Not that one, clearly. Head back this way then. I think this is where we first had our first little kind of balcony encounter. Those archer fellers. Or dudes. Spilling out of nowhere. Yeah, now I can kind of like bounce back and forth. Oops, I'm stuck in the corner. Oh, I was gonna eat. I think it's because I let go. That's why he like kind of flung him. Were there more that were gonna pop out of this door as well? Actually, I guess they couldn't pop out of this one, but I can. Have I been here already? Yes, I have been here. Okay, that was the dungeon from previously. It's open now. Down to the dungeon, just Hoople and me. Checkpoint. Going deeper and darker still. Some backtracking, maybe. I mean, I would say I'm not afraid of backtracking given what Soul Reaver 1 and 2 had us do. I would say Soul Reaver 2 especially. And maybe it's not really backtracking if it's the same area but kind of slightly different. Because, you know, you do it in a game like Soul Reaver 2, you have a time traveling sequence. And then you return to the same overworld area. And you can explore the same overworld area, but things are a little bit different. And the enemies are a little bit different. And the environment looks a little different. But it's the same overall area. And each, like, general region is functionally identical. After doing that over and over Soul Reaver 2, this is actually nothing. So yeah, a little bit of backtracking is fine. And also backtracking was such a common practice in games of this era. This is, yeah, this is pretty tame compared to how it can be, obviously. I know, I feel like I kind of dunk on Soul Reaver 2 a lot because I think I still liked it more than Soul Reaver 1. But Soul Reaver 1, I knew was going to be hella clunky because that came out in 1999. And that was the first one in the, first of its kind, right? Where it was like a 3D action platformer, action puzzle game. Whereas Blood Omen was more of a kind of a CRPG. So, you know, they were trying something different with Soul Reaver. So it kind of stands to reason to have a little bit of jank. And so I was kind of prepared for that. Soul Reaver 2 was, I think, better, but there were some missteps that well, maybe I shouldn't say missteps, but there were just things that I myself wasn't as big of a fan of compared to Soul Reaver 1. So it wasn't like a part and parcel, like, replacement or improvement across the board. Some things are better. Other things I think were a step backwards between Soul Reaver 1 and 2. I've joked where it's like I wish I could take Soul Reaver 1, take Soul Reaver 2, and like stitch together a Frankenstein. Like take the thing I like from this one, the thing I like from this one, but I didn't like this thing, I didn't like this thing. So take out the stuff I didn't like and just make the good stuff keys. Now, easier said than done, obviously. The game development doesn't quite work that simply, obviously. Is that big jump? That'll be big jump. Tense, long leap. Big jump. I wish I could do that when I want to, but I understand. That'd be like kind of busted as fuck, honestly. Bam. Yep. Some growing pains, perhaps, yeah. Well, like I said, this one actually feels great. I'm having zero problems with this game, other than me being bad. That is my only issue. Being bad at the video game is my own damn fault. Now, when I say I'm having zero problems, I don't mean that I'm amazing at the video game. What I mean is I'm having like there's like nothing I disagree with necessarily. There's nothing here where I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I agree with this choice. Everything's like, oh, this actually feels pretty good. And I would say after Soul Reaver 2, it wouldn't shock me if the developers had received, you know, mostly good feedback and said like, yeah, like there's like a lot of great improvements here. But if they probably heard some things that were like, you know, there's still some stuff here that some gamers might not resonate with or might struggle with. So I'm going to guess that this game was, at least in some ways, a response to some of the feedback they probably heard from reviewers and other folks that said, you know what, we can make this smoother still and not sacrifice the integrity of kind of the vibe we're going for. Kind of cool. Because yeah, this feels great, and it still very much looks and feels like a Legacy of Kain game ought to. So no, I'm vibing a whole lot with this. We did get the health increase, by the way.
Yes.
Water's lava, baby. That's right.
It will be done. The stage is set.
Who do you think Mobius is talking with?
Shadows came. It has been a long time, hasn't it?
No banter, Mobius. You know why I'm here.
Yes. Raziel. You sought to introduce your own pawn into this game, and now he's been swept from the board.
By your hand, I suspect. Where is he?
Perhaps you should ask, when? How humiliating it must be for you to come begging at my doorstep for answers.
Enough wordplay.
So this is, I guess, the canonical point at which Kain confronts Mobius.
You see?
Before any timeline meddling.
Hand. How remarkable that the great Kain should succumb to the scepter's power like any common vampire.
Still so arrogant after all these years, thinking you've devised some brilliant plan. You know nothing. You have read the signs, but missed their meaning. You believe you are that myth of vampire prophecy, the scion of balance, and that Raziel holds the key to fulfilling your destiny.
No, fulfilling his legacy.
But your messianic delusion,
The legacy of Kain.
blinded you to Raziel's true nature. You have no idea what you've unleashed. There was a time when you might have heeded wise counsel when it was offered. Now, your vanity has made you witless. You will have to learn the truth for yourself. You'll be needing this. Your strength will return after I have departed. But by then, you will have more urgent concerns than pursuing me. Perhaps, when we next meet, you will have learned a little humility.
Begs the question, why did he leave Kain around? But he has other needs for him, presumably.
These strange creatures seem to manifest from
Remember these.
shadows.
From Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver 1 specifically, I think. Oh, don't fall in the water, though. Don't do it. There's a whole bunch of them. Up until now, I haven't really had to mess too much with dodging things. But now, it's probably in my best interest to... Yeah, whatever, they're getting ready to do that. Dodge out of the way. Not too bad, not too bad. This still looks kind of silly.
Stopping me was not one
I mean,
of
you're not
his
wrong.
better efforts. When I found him, it would be my turn to offer a few surprises.
It's just like Meerkat said, vampires are not always known for having the most reasonable, like, function with their stuff. Form over function is kind of important for a lot of vampires.
Abandon this petty rebellion. It was I who made you. Your life had played out, and in my grace, I spared you. You are my reaper of souls. You have no other purpose, no higher destiny. Just this. Accept your calling, Raziel. Let go of these vain hopes. Relinquish your will, and feed.
No.
What do you profit from this defiance?
There's some grim satisfaction in infuriating you.
My patience is eternal, Raziel. How many eons can you bear to languish here? The wheel of fate must turn. All are redeemed in the cleansing agony of birth, death, and rebirth. This is the engine of life, the purifying rhythm of the universe, to which all souls are irresistibly drawn. Yours is a necessary and noble function, Raziel.
Enough of your sermonizing. Are you trying to bore me into submission? Why must this game go on?
This is a video game.
What you are.
Good job, Raziel.
You're no better than the vampires you so despise. A voracious parasite, cloaking its appetite in a shroud of righteousness. I refuse to do your will.
I can see into your heart, Raziel. It is not your will, but cowardice that keeps you here.
How so?
You know what fate awaits you when you leave the underworld. That phantom weapon you bear is a constant reminder, isn't it? The sword is waiting for you out there somewhere, and you tarry so as not to meet it.
I could not deny it. As long as I lingered here, defying my captor, I was able to postpone what I feared was my inevitable doom. To become the ravenous spirit imprisoned in the Reaver blade. But that sentence was no worse than the stalemate I now endured. Better to face one's destiny than cower from it.
Harvester of souls, I created you. And to this function, my angel of death, you will return.
Enough. Yes, I submit.
Very good. Indulge your hunger.
Have a soul as a snack. It's a little snacky.
Yes, embrace your calling, Raziel. You will find that just as defiance has its price, so obedience has its rewards.
And submission is not always what it seems.
So, the first little prologue was playing as Kain. Now we get to play as Raziel, and I'm guessing this is in the spectral realm. Because in the events at the end of Soul Reaver 2, we got stabbed by the physical version of the Soul Reaver, and it attempted to claim our souls, but Kain stopped it from doing so. We still had physical wounds, which sent us to the spectral realm, but our soul, of course, is still intact very clearly. So I'm guessing we'll eventually find a conduit that brings us back to the physical realm and, you know, continue our adventures. We obviously need to go there, first and foremost. Kind of like get our sea legs a little bit here. So we do still have the spectral Soul Reaver. Kind of cool how it only becomes active once we swing with it, which is kind of cool. Looks like we have telekinesis as well. Funny how, like, when we tried the telekinetic grab ability, it's like targeting specifically onto the Elder God, which is a little bit curious. Otherwise, we have a lot of the same kinds of moves, which is cool. You have that same kind of combat ability. Same kinds of abilities, I think, as Kain. This guy, take a look here. Yeah, we were talking about how goofy the physical Soul Reaver looks, and how, yeah, I think I like how Meerkat phrased it, where he said, like, yeah, the aesthetics of vampire stuff sometimes trumps actual functionality. So if something looks kind of goofy, yeah, it actually kind of tracks. That kind of tracks with how vampire stuff tends to sometimes go. So, Raziel's special attacks. What about devouring souls? Spectral material realms, know how that works. Gliding, passing the barriers. He can actually swim. Right. Special attacks. Okay, so maybe not. So I guess we still don't have the thing that Kain has. So maybe I don't quite understand what that one Kain ability was getting at. The one that seemed to indicate there was some kind of direction and then just quick attack if there was something fancy schmancy. Yeah, Mobius is quite mysterious. What I don't know is what Mobius has in store for Kain. Why did he not just kick Kain into the water right there? He could have just done him in. Clearly, he wants Kain to do something else. Probably something related to Raziel, if I had to guess. The only one who has some kind of free will is Raziel, yeah, and I guess it comes down to the use of the Soul Reaver is like the thing that can actually, like, cause timelines to, like, get switched up, I suppose. Resurrected by the Elder God, correct. And that's the Elder God right here. This fellow right here. We're kind of in his realm right now. Over there. Oh, one of these. Very nice, very nice. I can just snuggle up on his tentacles right here. Snuggle up with his tentacles. This is a door, maybe. What I might want to do at some point is look to see if there's a special... There's the feed option, by the way. Actually, I like how that looks. It's look how because our guy's looking up, the way it goes, like whoop. There's like a brief moment where it looks like he just has that fucking Chad chin. Look at that huge fucking chin. Huge fucking chin. Yeah, the Wheel of Fate is something we hear about a lot. That the Elder God makes references to. Right. Interesting stuff. Do you hear that, by the way? It's a distant wailing. Do you hear that noise? I know what that noise is. I'd always heard about this. So Silicon Knights were the developers of Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, my favorite horror game of all time. And they also had contributed some kind of development to some of the games in the Legacy of Kain series. I think they were one of the developers on Blood Omen, and maybe I don't know which other ones, but there's some overlap between Eternal Darkness developers and Legacy of Kain developers. So as a result, there are some assets that are used in both games or both series, and one of them is when you're low on sanity in Eternal Darkness. In Eternal Darkness, you'll sometimes hear wailing and gnashing of teeth that is the same voices and screams you hear in this game in the spectral realm. I remember people saying, like, when I was uploading my original Eternal Darkness videos to YouTube way back in the day, people were saying, like, oh, I recognize these like wailing noises, screams of the damned. It's like, yeah, it's because it was, I think it would have been in Eternal Darkness first, because that came out in 2002, I think, 2001, 2002. This one's 04. Yeah, the Elder God wants Kain out as well. Yeah, I think the idea is he wants Kain out specifically. I don't know if he wants all vampires out, but he definitely wants Kain out for sure.
An ominous-looking mist. I knew that if I fell, it would mean my peril.
That's soul death down there, so just don't fall down there. Excuse me. Kain has a lot of haters, yeah. Well, he's pissed off a lot of people. I think the general idea is that because when he made the decision at the end of Blood Omen to not sacrifice himself to persist the pillars, he of course doomed the world, and dooming the world, to languish in misery for all of eternity is a great way to piss a lot of people off. I think that was like basically what kind of set the stage for a lot of anti-Kain, a lot of Kain hatery for sure. People sipping on that Kain haterade. Can't say I blame them.
Do you believe your worthiness is so easily proved? Your way is sealed until you have offered further evidence of your obedience.
Doing the equivalent of
I must feed you.
Crossing his arms.
Depart this place.
You must feed yourself, Raziel.
The wheel must turn.
Ah, now you understand.
So I guess the idea is, earlier he said, you are my Soul Reaver. I think the idea is that, yes, to contribute towards this Wheel of Fate, this cycle of someone dies, their soul gets sent back into the spirit realm and has to be cycled through again. I'm gonna guess that idea is that, well, that's what a Soul Reaver does. A Soul Reaver is the one that consumes those souls. I don't know if I have to get all of them. Oh, I guess I do, actually. Yep. The chromatic... Oh, maybe it's not chromatic aberration, but that like, kind of trick that we're seeing where the camera's kind of, like, doing some wonkery is kind of interesting. That's why we're having to prove our obedience. Provide this service of, yes, consuming the souls and kind of churning them through the spirit realm, through the spectral realm. Yeah, if Kain would... Well, that's exactly it. I mean, it's no surprise that made everybody mad, but I think I understand that notion too. Kain chose not to sacrifice himself, not just out of selfishness, or necessarily only out of the desire to preserve his own race.
You may go, but remember, you are mine.
Because that was the thing too. He was
no
like,
more escape from me, then you can escape yourself.
like, if I go away, then that means no more vampires. And he will, of course, want Vampire Kain to continue. But I think Frax is right. I think there's other implications that, yeah, like, in that hypothetical timeline, other bad things would have happened. Because then Mobius would have been able to run amok. So Kain at least is a check to Mobius's bullshit. Because on the one hand, Mobius is a human. You might think, okay, Mobius wants what's best for humankind. I think there's an implication that there... Oh, shit, I mean that. I think there's an implication that Mobius serves some other kind of higher power. Or maybe lower power. In this case, maybe he serves the demons we saw at the end of Legacy of Soul Reaver 2. And if that's the case, if he's like some kind of like trying to like bring demons in the world, then I mean, I don't know, vampires, demons, neither is great, but I gun to my head, I might prefer the vampires. Undulating of the tentacles. really cool. This is a cool area. This is the kind of area that, like, again, I mentioned this a lot, but in Soul Reaver 1 and 2, when those games first came out and you saw like the promotional ads in magazines, you saw the commercials, you saw how Raziel looked, you saw how like the whole vibe looked, and then you play the games and, you know, the games did okay with what they could, but the graphical limitations at the time meant things were limited. So when I see shit like this, I go, yes, this is what I saw in magazines. This is what I saw on posters at GameStop and like that kind of shit. Like when I think of Soul Reaver, I think of shit like this. I don't think of the blocky ass graphics we get in the actual Soul Reaver games, or at least the first one. Even the original graphics look really damn good. Like this is the kind of shit I always imagine these games to look like. And again, this is the original graphics. It looks pretty dang good. This would have been this was a PS2 game. I think the remastered visuals are still better. But yeah, I'm like vibing, even with the OG. Cool shit, man. Real cool shit. This game has done a good job, and I'm liking this already. Barring any like major snafus, I think this will probably be my favorite in the series. Gotta kill the little fellers. Remember these guys from Soul Reaver 1 and 2. We're still in the spectral realm, of course. This makes sense.
You want this room cleared of its vermin.
Soul vermin.
Wish to leave it.
Alright, that can be arranged.
My good son.
I never made a mention of this previously, but there were a number of times in Soul Reaver 2 in particular where I would see... I would see, like... here we go, there's one. I would see Raziel with this cool, badass-looking Soul Reaver sword with this cool glowiness to it. And I'm thinking to myself, it reminds me of, and like the way the game's control remind me a little bit of, maybe not so much this one, but definitely Soul Reaver 2 reminds me a little bit of how, oh, there's more, of the, what are they called? Can I blast your ass? Bam! But yeah, it reminds me a little bit of the, Jedi Knight series. So, Jedi Outcast, Jedi Academy.
Obedience brings prompt rewards.
More the second game, or the first game. I guess maybe even the first game more so. This one, not so much. It definitely controls quite different and looks quite different. But yeah, but when I see the cutscenes, when he kind of takes the Soul Reaver out, I'm reminded of Jedi Outcast. I'm reminded of the Jedi Knight games. Because, of course, it looks kind of like a soul lightsaber thing. Kill Kain and Mobius. Well, I think Mobius is more or less the main bad guy right now. That's the guy we're all after. Kain can't really get close to Mobius because that staff causes any vampires nearby to get weakened near him. So Mobius is like really hard for vampires to get to. Raziel could have an easier time getting to him. And I think that's what Kain probably wants Raziel to do, is he wants Raziel to aid him in taking down Mobius. Raziel probably would relish the opportunity to kill Kain, although he might owe Kain a solid one now.
Little soul.
This is because Kain did save his soul. Oh, race to the top? Okay, here we go. Kain did prevent Raziel's soul from getting consumed at the end of Soul Reaver 2. Right, so, you know, Kain betrayed him once. Oh, shit. Kain betrayed him once at the beginning of Soul Reaver 1, saved his ass at the end of Soul Reaver 2, so they, you know, they might be even.
Going, little soul.
So Raziel, originally I was thinking he might relish the opportunity to kill Kain, but now he might hesitate if such an opportunity were to present itself. We'll see. We shall see.
Embrace your destiny.
Damn it, same thing that got me last time. I wonder if I'm maybe going too fast? Like if I need to hesitate when I get to that part?
Where do you think you're going?
So yeah, so that makes sense. Originally it was selfishness, but later on he kind of wised it up. He said that at the end of Soul Reaver 1, where he said like, yeah, there's things that I've learned just you know, in that like time travel chamber, just as time has gone on, there's things I've learned here that
Raziel,
I would have never thought possible. And maybe I like them to wait here for a little bit or something like that, because it seems like when that happens, there we go. Now I can like do a proper jump. There we go.
clever indeed.
Climb this wall? No. Where am I going? Oh, climb this wall. Here we go. What are those little fellers? Yeah, it's some kind of like corrupted soul fellows that are, I mean, souls that have manifested into like little gremlin fellows you can kill or subdue and then suck up all the same.
I have endured your game long enough.
How do I make that jump? Is it still coming up? It's still coming up. Can I just make that jump? Maybe I can just make it. Oop. Like, I feel like I'm a little bit shy. Whoa! Oh. I can just do this now? What the? Oh. No.
Clearly my escape had not been anticipated, or my benevolent master would not have expended such efforts to prevent me from going. And if my departure displeased him, then that was a victory, however small, for me.
Probably brief, though. It's something, though. Got the checky. Hey, what's up, Justin? Justin played this one back in the day. This is my first time getting to try it out. This is the remastered version, and it looks pretty dang good, I think. They did a pretty good job with it. And it feels great to play. I'm really impressed with it. It feels really good. Really, really good. I emerged out of here. I'm guessing the idea is I'm to climb out of here. However, I do see this over here.
In the spectral realm, water is as thin as air,
Right.
putting this opening far beyond my reach. But once I found my way into the physical world, I might be able to swim up there.
You can climb on this, but that's a good point. That's a good point, because in the first game, in both of them, once you get the ability to climb, you can only climb in the physical realm. But in this one, you can climb in physical and spiritual. That is presuming it's a climbable wall. It's not all walls are climbable, obviously, but that is good to know. Good to point out. Like a physical place, yeah. Yeah, it's like, I mean, the spectral realm and the physical realm are kind of parallel to each other. In this game, the way it's kind of presented is, or in this series, the way it's presented is, at least as Raziel, that whenever you succumb to physical wounds...
This door would only open when fitted with an appropriate artifact. But to use such an object, I would first have to find a way back into the material realm.
Right. We're all just spirits in a material world. So yeah, so like when you succumb to your physical wounds, you fall into the spectral realm, which is really, it looks identical. Like it's a you know, the same thing verbatim, but well, slightly distorted. Like some things in the spiritual realm are slightly distorted compared to the physical realm, and vice versa. But it's generally the same layout, generally the same kind of idea. But there are these conduits, which is to say, like focused energy spots that from the spirit realm you can transfer back to the physical realm. You can only do so if your spirit energy is full, like ours is right now. And of course, only Raziel has that ability. Only a Soul Reaver has that capability. So if you're just a regular soul, then well, too bad. It's not quite enough. But if you're a Soul Reaver, you got that special cool abilities. Dead. Ow. All right, so now we're not at full health anymore. That's good. Climb up here, probably. Can I consume the souls from these gangs? Yeah, I was gonna say there's no souls to consume there. Also, no souls to consume from these little vine lads I'm fighting right now. Not really sure exactly what those are. And I guess I probably can't open doors, because again, you can't like interact with the physical realm at all when you're in the material realm. So you can't open doors, you can't pick up objects. I think he was saying like there's some kind of key, some kind of thing we needed to take with us to open up that door. It required some kind of special unlocking mechanism. So that's where we're for a conduit, and I think we're about to find it. Looks like a conduit to me.
At last, I discovered a conduit into the material realm.
Can do
I
it.
would finally escape the spirit world and take one step farther from my tormentor.
Did you think to receive the same favors after your rebellion as before? No, Raziel. I have no need for you to enter the physical world, so no conduit will be granted. You serve me adequately as a wraith, and a wraith you will remain.
Well, that complicates things.
So, my restraints had not been removed, only loosened. I would not be held prisoner in the spectral realm. There had to be another way.
That does complicate things, but like you said, maybe there's other ways, such as going through these guys. Can't go through the store, obviously. But can I do the T-pose? Okay, no T-pose this time. We can still go through the bars. Souls around here. We get low on health, we do have that. Or, what, by health, I mean soul health. Spectral constitution or something, I don't know. There's a new fella. Yeah, that's the thing. Other creatures can consume souls too.
If I did not escape the spectral realm. For these too were agents of my master, hunting the lost souls that struggled to escape the endless twilight.
Yeah, I kind of missed the T-pose. It is faster though. Blah, blah. Oh, oh. What annoying trying to get. Oh, he's trying to give you the suck? I'll give you the suck. Okay. Oh, there we go.
His plan for me was ominously clear. Like these mindless hunters, I existed only to fuel him with souls, siphoning their energy to feed him and his wheel of fate. I had to break these bonds, while I still possessed my own will.
Of course, is a topic that comes up a lot in this series, specifically with Raziel, just like Frax had said. So that was technically chapter 2. The stuff we did earlier with Kain was chapter 1. Ow. No, it's no Dark Souls when it comes to conveying like when the bad guys are like about to attack and kind of knowing when to counter, when to jump. It's a little bit loosey-goosey. But I would say that's to be expected, at least to some degree. Gotta find some way out of here, by the way. Is it a frozen inscrutable? What's inscrutable? Is it like a snacky of some kind? We of course know that Mobius has like that little forehead emblem on his head, that little insignia, that little sigil that looks like an hourglass, but with the eye on the top part. What does it all mean? Here's the door he went behind. I can just take it?
This
Oh.
artifact seemed as though it was made for that unusual lock. Now
Convenient.
the door could be opened.
Convenient indeed. Just turn the soul off and on again. There you go, man. So this, if we go back to the Seraphine Stronghold, this will probably have the goods. Or be the goods we need. Oh, Uncrustables. Like, what's an Unscrutable? Yeah, the Uncrustables. Yeah, Gracie likes those. We haven't gotten them in a while. Those are solid, though. Unscrutable. An Unscrutable would be like an Uncrustable that is, I don't know. Well, I'm trying to think what would be different. What would be different from an, from a, like, about that would be, like, unique in some way. Maybe I could climb that guy. Unless I'm supposed to go back the way we came. Unless there is a... Oh, here we go. Now I can climb. But when in doubt, look to see if there's like a telekinetic opportunity. entering buildings without permission. Well, I guess when you're... Well, that's a... I see what you mean. Yeah, because he's a vampire. I think the implication is that this is like... It's like not a residence maybe or something. I don't know. Like there's probably some kind of special consideration, because I know what you mean, Meerkat. The idea that a vampire is not allowed to enter unless they're invited in. But maybe it's like maybe the rules are different when it's like a private residence, or I mean it's a stronghold, so I mean it's like it's the definition of a private space for sure. But it's a place for like a bunch of people, so maybe somehow the rules are different or something. I don't know. Also, we know that Kain is not like a typical vampire. Oh shit! I didn't want to attack you. I was trying to attack the other guys. And by guys, I mean soul fellers. Ow. Ran over and just smacked this guy. Are you still alive, bro? He is. Okay, well, I'll put you out of your misery since I slapped you earlier. It's the right thing to do. I'm such a nice guy. But yeah, we know that Kain is bound by certain like restrictions, certain things that all vampires are beholden to, but other things he is allowed to skirt by. It's interesting how like the dead bodies from the bad guys we fought seem to just stick around. He's got that face up, ass down, or yeah, face down, ass up. That's the way we like to play Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered. Punched over like that. Get out of here. We just do strawberry or the grape ones. Gracie likes she likes them both, but typically the strawberry ones. I'm only kind of so-so on the Uncrustables. I think they're okay, but she's more of a fan than I am. I'm a fake fan. Fake Uncrustables enjoyer. That's me. Uncrusties and chicken nuggies. Well, I'm not a huge Uncrustables guy, but I am very much a chicken nuggies apologist. I would call myself a pro chicken nuggies evangelist myself. I'm never one to talk shit on nuggies. Although I will admit, it's like, well, I mean, I do like, I do appreciate other things too. Now, I was a really picky eater back when I was a kid. When I was a youngster, I was a picky eater for sure, but particularly that did not stick around into adulthood. There's a couple of folks I know that are a little bit persnickety about a couple things, but nothing too bad. Go for the classic grape. Yeah, when it comes to like a strawberry and, or what am I trying to say, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. For a lot of us, when we think of jelly, we think of grape jelly. So grape jelly is kind of the classic. But and granted, I haven't had a PB&J in a minute. It's many a long year since I've had a PB&J. But yeah, I would say yeah, strawberry jam kind of is my. Can I say it's my jam? Nah, it's too much. Don't say it, Alex. Don't say it. It is my enjoyment. It is an enjoyment factor. It's a dessert dumpling. Well, it's like a jelly dessert American dumpling. And just smack it. Smack. Convenient that it just falls away to a climbable wall like that. How convenient. Convenient indeed. It says the Japan racing experience. Now, I'll confess, I can't remember. I don't know if I remember what that's going to be, Aaron. Was that a thing you guys got to do? Like a thing you went to today? Aleph says I'll eat anything, which is good. I'm pretty good about most things. There are some things I'm kind of not a big fan of. Not a huge mayonnaise guy. Not a big fan of, I don't know, cauliflower. There's like a couple odds and ends that I'm not a huge fan of, but I'm definitely a lot better than I used to be for sure. Make the good stuff? Yeah, that actually sounds kind of nice. I haven't had a PB&J in any capacity in many a long while, but that sounds delightful, Aaron. The good stuff. Peanut butter jelly. Oh, the long way. Oh, that's right. I know about the long way. I've been informed about the long way. Peanut butter jelly, the long way. Oh, Forza. Okay, I got excited. I was like, oh, did you get to like go and like do something cool? Now I got to try out the new Forza game, and the vibe is good. It gets a thumbs up. Cause I guess it just came out today. We were talking about that. I guess it was. Oh, I guess it was Saturday. Ooh. Or no, it was yesterday. Herp derp. Oh god. Cling. Not allowed to block my attacks. That's not very nice of you. Ow. What I really want to do is get the juice. There we go. I'll take the juice. Wait, did that one guy get back up? There was like... Oh, maybe there was a new one. I was like, didn't I just kill one of you guys? Why is there two of you here? Oh, no, I'm gonna hold it. Yeah. Yeah, I heard the door open. That... It's like a golden eye door opening noise right there. Whooping up on this poor fool. Oh, I'll be taking that. Yeah, it finally came out. Peanut butter or a doll. Oh. We don't keep peanut butter in the house. That's so specific. That's so specific. Is it because like, oh, I think I get it. Is it where it's like, okay, well, yes, we have to use this peanut butter to give the dog like their medicine or something like that, or like to give the dog something, but it's like, oh, well, no, that's like that. We can't use that. That's the dog peanut butter because it's been contaminated, right? You like get the butter knife in there, you put it on the treat or whatever. So, but then like, if I guess as long as you don't double dip, then it gets contaminated. Or if you do double dip, it gets contaminated. Because yeah, we have one Bonnie specific jar of peanut butter that is only to be used with stuff for her. We just have it labeled. That's the way we do it. That's the way we do it. Cauliflower's good. I like cauliflower in things, and I like roasted cauliflower. Like I like it when it's cooked or like when there's stuff with it. But just raw cauliflower, I don't like just raw cauliflower.
Seraphin warrior. I had met him before.
Like I love raw, like
His
carrots,
sword and
broccoli,
shield
all that. I love
seem
all
to
of it.
have gone astray.
But yeah, just like plain as cauliflower, not a fan. Like a vegetable tray, I'm just trying to think of stuff I don't like. And also I have a really hard time with dairy. I know I talk about that sometimes, but yeah, dairy fucks me up. And part of it is a taste thing, but a big part of it is just that it just fucks my stomach up. So I feel like ugh. Feel no bueno. The question is, where does that barrier thing go? They're not here. Oh, some fellas. Then you. That was kind of cool. Oh, is that guy dead? No, he's okay. Yes, he is. I think that means they're ripe for the juicings. Get the juicings. Fancy orange jelly. Ooh, that sounds wonderful. Yeah, I keep wanting to like knock them into their homies. Seems like it's not that kind of telekinesis. The AoE. Oh, I thought somebody was nice and ready for some murdification. Ow. Okay, and then you. Oh, I want to get that guy as well. Ow, 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 ow. I was gonna juice. I was gonna get the goods. Not happening. Sandwich is nice and tangy. That sounds delightful. People put you know, that should have been the first thing I would have thought of, honestly. That should have been the first thing I would have thought of, Elgaso. Tostitos with lime. You know, I haven't had those in a long time. I would get those every once in a while, many years ago, many moons ago, but I haven't had those in a minute. Tortilla chips with lime, yeah, the Tostitos ones, I think. Yeah, you got the peanut butter. That's right. All right, so we just came from that way, so that wouldn't be it. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where that emblem would go. I was thinking it was gonna be this one here, unless we have to like do some kind of interaction here. I think it works that way. I feel like we need to so Malik, he was the one that had a like a spear, like a polearm. Maybe we need to find a thing and like place it on the statue with the glowing hands. Maybe what's going on there. There you go. Like raisins and dates. I'm kind of so-so on them. I don't seek them out, but I don't eat around them if they're in something. I'm pretty pretty ambivalent towards or around dates. Gracie is a big date enjoyer for sure. She likes it when I take her on dates. Does that count? No, yeah, dates are just kind of a so-so thing for me, at least. The deluxe raisins. Check the map. Local map. Local events. Oh, by the way, yeah, I think I missed Aaron's comment about how he liked the cool new game. Says he's liking it so far. Should be a crossing. Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. And have the soy check moment. Yeah, that is extremely fun. That is extremely fun. That just happens to be taking place in Japan. That is a nice bonus. A nice bonus indeed. Is it this one here? Got the checky, so maybe. Unless we always get the check when we come through here. Pretty similar to where we... Yeah, actually, is this where we first emerged? Oh, wait, no, I think we... No, we're about to enter the same place where we encountered the fella to begin with. We got the emblem for the door. We're looking for a new door, and if it's not the one we just saw earlier... Okay, but mercifully this one is closed anyway. Yeah, I don't think this is it. I don't think this is it. Let's go back. I'm assuming it's somewhere around the stronghold. That would make more sense. Kind of getting into the depths underneath the stronghold. I think it's somewhere in the stronghold proper. Do I have a wristwatch? No, I don't. I used to. I used to be a watch guy. I would consider getting one eventually. I mean, I'm not, if I were to ever get a wristwatch, I wouldn't bother with, like, getting a really fancy one. I know it's, like, a big thing for some folks. Some dudes in particular as, like, as a mark of opulence is to have a fancy wristwatch. But if I ever were to do such a thing, I would probably either get one that just, you know, a modest one that looks okay, or I'd get a smartwatch. I would say I'd be more inclined to get a smartwatch than I would be to get, like, a fancy one. In here? A willing victim to be sacrificed. Yeah, they willingly offered themselves up to me to be consumed. Yeah, maybe it was back, like, down this way. I would believe that, because we did see a couple of other areas as we kind of went through here. I remember when we yoinked that, when we got this guy in the cutscene. Oh, I think it was actually through here originally. Okay, well, this is not it either. Some areas are indeed broken bridges. Am I dumb? Oh, here we go. I was like, how did I get up there originally? They cashed at the right time for this kind of game. Oh, with the travel boom. Well, yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, because I know it's. I'm sure you've probably heard the same headlines I have, Aaron, where there's like more people than ever traveling to Japan right now. I think they had like the most visitors they ever had last year, and they're probably on track to having even more this year. And of course, I know it's creating some headaches for them, you know, logistically speaking. We're back to this place. Let's like go to the second floor. Seeing these things on the ground too. I think these are Any significance. We have a cock clock. What? Imagine, yeah. Instead of a wristwatch, you just kind of wrap it around. Zip. Get it. Pull the strap so it's nice and tight. What time is it? Unzips pants. It would not be inconvenient in the slightest. Nothing weird. We got 2 directions to try. So that is the one. What is this one? That leads back to the beginning area, I think. Let's try this one. Thump. Let's try this one. See what this brings us to. Back to this area. So we came from that way just now and it closed behind us. So let's try this one then. Oh no, that's how we first climbed back up. Shit, well in that case, damn. Take this damn thing. This cool new insignia thingy. Sign saying, oh, right. I've heard about that kind of thing. We never saw that kind of thing when we were in Japan. We never once saw anything that explicitly said, yeah, we don't allow foreigners or like, you know, only locals. I don't doubt that there's probably some of that. I mean, any area that is being over tourismed the way that Japan is, it's kind of a surprise that there would be some kind of backlash, and some locals would definitely not take kindly to it. We never saw anything that really, yeah, was explicitly, you know, anti-non-locals, or even implicitly, really. I mean, there was maybe only a couple of moments where, like, you know, maybe you might get a vibe of something that was maybe less than ideal, but no, it was something we were never faced with. Usually any sort of like, let's try through here. Maybe there's something I missed back this way. Usually if you hear something that is something about, yeah, the locals not taking kindly to something related to tourism, usually it's in response to something that a tourist did or tourists are doing at large. We never had this because back when the airport we traveled through was Narita Airport. Hence why I have the Pikachu. I got the Pikachu with the NRT on his lapel at Narita Airport. That's when I got there. But there's another airport that is, I think, more widely used. I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's got a good vista of Mount Fuji, at least on a clear day. Haneda Airport, thank you, Aaron. Yeah, so Haneda Airport. I think that's where this is, where there's apparently, like, as you are kind of, here we go, here's where we want to go. As you exit in, like, from the kind of main terminal area and go on to the area where you'd be, like, hailing a cab or catching a bus or going to, like, rent a car, there's apparently a spot that has a pretty nice vista of Mount Fuji, and apparently there were so many tourists stopping to, like, take a selfie or take a picture at that spot. The problem is it kind of disrupts traffic when you stop there. Like, if you stop there and, like, try to take a picture, it kind of disrupts traffic because it's in the middle of things. So, because there were so many people that were, like, causing problems there, most of them tourists, they had to erect a wall blocking Mount Fuji there just to prevent the tourists. I'm sure they probably already tried things like signs and like, other kind of indications to say, please don't just stop here, but I guess that was the extreme measure they had to take. Unfortunate. Oh, getting credenza shipped to the wrong place? That's annoying. Oh man, that'll be a mess. Here it says Jersey, baby. Of course, peeing everywhere? Really? Oh. Oh man, yeah. I wonder if I have that on hand. Aaron, if you find it quicker than I do, you will probably find it before I do. Yeah, there was something we found. Oh man, I wonder if I can find that in my camera roll. Actually, I don't know if I'm the one that took the picture, so maybe I don't have it in my camera roll, but I figure one of you guys probably sent it to me at one point. Oh man, I might try to find it later. Because I think I know where to find it, but I'm not exactly sure where on my phone specifically it would be. Spellcasters can enhance the fellas. You want to target these guys so they don't juice up the broskies. Oh, I thought he was not dead. He is indeed dead. Sanguine Censure. Flung helplessly in the air. Catch them before they fall. Right. So same kind of thing. There any sort of like movement and left click in the air. Oh, I thought he was vulnerable. He is not vulnerable. Now are you vulnerable? Oh shit. In my mind, I'm always expecting that I need to grab him to feast. There we go. That's what we're going to see. There we go. And I think I'm starting to understand the whole other thing too. I think I was wrong. I think you're not supposed to be locked on when you're trying to use these other special abilities. I think that's where I went astray. It's fully charged up. We can do the special fancy attack. He found it. That's awesome, man. Thanks for finding that, Aaron. As I was like, well, because I know I'm in the photos, so in that case, I couldn't have taken it with my camera. Yeah, I wasn't in there. I was the one taking it. But I knew we had like exchanged our pictures, you know, with amongst our group so many times. I knew I had it eventually. Put it on camera in a second, because that's a good one.
Tell me, where can I find your master? Quickly, Mobius is
In the tower.
good.
Quick death. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. I know what it is already, but I want to look. There it is. No pissing. Don't do it. Don't do it. You think you want to piss? Not allowed. Can't do it. No pissing. Yeah, it was... I was trying really hard not to giggle. I was trying to be so serious. So, the wallpaper on my phone, or on my desktop background, or in my house, or just throughout the basement. Literal wallpaper. I was trying so hard to be stern, and I was having a hard time keeping a straight face. Yeah, it was like in a... I don't know if it says, like... Yeah, staff only. It's like we're behind a... we're kind of like walking through like a series of... Like just a... I don't know, like a commerce area, commercial area. There's shops, there's restaurants around, and we're kind of walking through this back area, and as you're walking like behind areas, you're seeing like areas where they're loading up like the kinds of like shipping and loading docks, or maybe not docks, but shipping and loading areas. Usually the kind of stuff that's more used by staff. So when you see like the staff only sign, that's how you kind of know. But yeah, when I saw this, I said, all right, I need the photo op. So yeah, I presumably there's enough of that kind of thing that must have happened in this area. I mean, there's grass nearby, you know. I don't know what's going on there. The fact that it's in multiple languages tells me they're trying to cover their bases here. And then share your screen on Teams, yeah. So, or maybe I was gonna say, do I chroma key or like Photoshop myself out of the picture? Or there's just a nondescript hand pointing to it, or do I make myself, like, the background on Teams is, like, right here. So I'm next to myself. Or we're both, like, next to the sign. Incredible. Probably near, let's see, in Kabukicho? Maybe. I honestly, I don't know if I remember exactly where it was. It was, you know what? Crap, I can't remember. I'm like trying to tell like what I'm holding. I see things that might be related to video games, but I really can't remember. Maybe one of the arcades? Kabukicho. Okay, yeah, you probably saw me struggle. I was like, wait, how do I say that one? Yeah. Yeah, make it the wallpaper, man. Just go for it, baby. Next to the Godzilla event. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because that was what caught our attention. There was a Godzilla vending machine. We're like, all right, we got to check this out, obviously. And next to it, I think Helen was the one that said, what about this? And I said, I need a photo. And I think Helen sent that photo to her dad, who I work with, so he would see the photo in other context. I think his response was, well, rats, there goes my whole day. No pissing. What am I supposed to do now? Amazing. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Were there Chinese tourists? I mean, there's tourists from all over. You definitely see American tourists for sure. Definitely see your fair share of American tourists. As far as like the question of like, or like, you know, is there a particular nationality that's known for doing like the less than good stuff? I mean, the stereotype, of course, is the, you know, dumbass fucking Americans fucking shit up. Like, I know it's not only Americans that are causing the problems, obviously. But I know that is, of course, the stereotype.
Get him!
Are you dead? He's dead now. Okay, I can go over the big execution. Give me that sword juice, sword blood. Yeah. The reality is that anytime a place is over touristed the way that Japan is that, yeah, you know, you of course get more people. It of course means you get more cool people that follow the rules, people that are respectful, but also means you have the greater likelihood of getting, you know, someone that's gonna be a shitter, someone who's gonna be a rule breaker, or someone that won't listen, someone that'll be ignorant or be like overly drunk, that kind of shit. That's the emblem we're looking for. There we go. Oh, we have to earn our keep. And kapow! Oh, I thought he was dead. I just assumed he was ready for the... Okay, now he's dead. He's just on fire! Fling him in the fire, yep. The way they just sprint around is very funny to me. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! On fire, just you as well. He's getting the juice. Okay. Like, kill the fire guy, which is very funny. Ah. Give a little sucky suck right there. Same thing. Bloop. Bop, 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 bop. Kind of actually would have preferred to get the health. Bump, 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 bump. Yep. Delicious. I think the majority of the tourists were Chinese. I would say, I mean, that probably wouldn't surprise me. You definitely hear like a large variety of languages all around you, and just nationalities being represented. But it's probably fair to say that a bunch of them, the tourists probably are either from China or other Asian countries. Just because the proximity, you know, just the, like, geographically speaking, it's easier to get there from some place like China or Korea or something like that, versus, you know, us having to cross an ocean. I mean, you have to cross an ocean, you know what I mean? There's, like, more of an ocean you have to cross. I guess it's probably still kind of a long flight, though, from China. I mean, I guess it depends on where, but, like, it's still a long flight in, no matter, I guess, how you slice it, really. Heading towards the tower. A lot of Australians, yeah. We heard some pretty interesting accents. Like, you know, you'd hear English sometimes, but you'd hear accents from other places represented. When we did the 84 Hachi, the retired Nintendo guy that gave the tour of his cool, like, video game bar that he runs, the folks who were with us, there was woman from Spain, and her partner was from, I think, Norway. The long way. Yeah, now that I know about Peanut Butter Joe the long way, I have that overlapping the long way. I'm trying to, like, find ways to inject that into conversation now. Like, it's on the top of my brain now, where it shall forever belong. Be long way. The long way. You gotta say it a bunch of times. Oh, not that one. And big jump. It's nice that the inhabitants of the Seraphan stronghold were kind enough to place these little jumping pedestals for me and leave their blood cauldrons lying around for me specifically. So considerate. So nice of them. That was it. Do I jump down? Because we've already been here. Right? Yeah, we've already been here. Oh! Okay. Is that a guy to fight or a statue? Statue to me. To me, it looked like a statue to me. Is that just a... For a moment, I thought it was like a... I mean, it's a painting of a lady. I thought it was like a painting of a dude. Just with like a... Like, what is he wearing? Is he like... Is he just... Is it no pants? Like, what am I looking at here? We got sliding block puzzles, by the way. Oh, baby. Sliding block puzzles. We are so back. Now it is a proper Legacy of Kain kind of experience. A spell. The Petty Nobleman. Oh, it's a skin. Okay. To look like a... Oh, I see. All right. To look like a noble highborn. Clearly a reference to Blood Omen, which was a spell that Kain had in that game, an ability to let him take the visage of a regular-ass human. Now, is that a thing I can actually use? This would be under this one. No. Artifacts. No. Collectibles? Skins. There we go. Mobius skins. We'll eventually see Ariel in this game. There's Vordor in this game as well. Oturo looks super different. I don't know who Mortanius is. Can we make Mobius look silly? Eternal... Not gangster. Gamester. Kind of cool. Looking a little bit like... More of a, like a sinister evil mage. I mean, this one looks like a sinister evil mage too, but the purple kind of get, like, I don't know. It was also a potentially neutral enough of a look to make it look like he's, like, just an eccentric spellcaster. Legacy Mobius. So, oh, I love the old school shit, man. That's delightful. Then SRX. I wonder what that stands for. Maybe, like, the original... Actually, it looks like... Oh! Soul Reaver Remastered, right, because that's how he looked in the cutscenes in Soul Reaver 1 and 2, specifically 2 Remastered. Oh, you can even do the toggle. This is the toggle how he looked in original Soul Reaver 2. With his gigantic fucking hands. Kinda cool. So we'll stick with the default for now. I want to look at Kain skins. Got the skin in the game. Petty Nobleman. Just some... Okay, well, he's not... Maybe not petty. He's got a suit of armor. And I guess this means... So when I switch back to the fancy... The original graphics, maybe that means this just wasn't in the original game, basically. I think the interpretation is there were no alternate skins in the original version of this game. So that's how we look. So yeah, oh, is the idea that we took the guys... I'm looking at the painting here. Like, maybe, yeah, we learned the spell. We learned this ability by looking at his paintings, basically. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of cool looking like just a fucking guy. Just a fella. But if I go back to the original graphics, we're still just Kain. Is it pre-Vampire Kain? Maybe. I mean, the hair is kind of similar. The scowl is familiar, you know, in some way. Maybe. I would say that maybe. The Widow's Peak is kind of prominent. It's just kind of weird to be looking like just a regular-ass human, though, so I think we'll go back to the default for the time being. I'll be curious to see other kinds of cool skins we can find, though. It's kind of neat. Sliding block puzzles, baby, and they never went out of style. Shield, alright. The off-brand chili crisps. I could vibe with that. That sounds kind of nice.
Marek's missing shield.
There's another thing we'll need to find as well.
To restore his dignity, but I would need to return this to his monument before I could progress.
Mm-hmm. One of the guardians from Blood Omen, presumably. I don't think we ever had to deal with him in Soul Reaver 1 or 2 as Raziel, but Kain definitely would have had to in one of the, in at least Blood Omen 1, maybe also Blood Omen 2, but definitely Blood Omen 1. Yeah, I'm a fan of the long way. I'm a fan. I'm a long way enjoyer. Long way. It's one of those cases where I had heard the meme and I'd heard the audio before, but I never knew like the context for it. I like a meme historian when I got educated of it live on stream a couple days ago. Look at that guy just jitterbugging back and forth. I guess you could say I took the long way of understanding what that meme was, learning its context. And kapow. So I'm gonna do the big funny attack. A little bit low on the juice, so I'll just be doing that. It took me a while to realize how we were exactly unlocking stuff. So I did see there was that thing where like you can eventually like unlock new abilities, unlock new combos. Didn't quite understand where that was coming from, but I saw it in the menu just now when I was kind of poking around. I do this. In the top right, it says level 2, XP 458. So I think every time you level up, you can, like, unlock new combos and that kind of shit. That's how we do that. That's what the combos we're finding. Or not with the combos, with the experience we're gaining by killing the bad guys. I mean, I guess the idea is that maybe if you wanted to, you could maybe avoid certain fights, certain confrontations. Not exactly sure how that would work, because it seems... I mean, I guess the thing, you could just, like, rush past on the bad guys, maybe. But generally speaking, yeah, we're taking most fights that we see, and maybe that's one reason to do exactly that, is because you'll get better experience, you'll unlock stuff better. The Shadow Fellows from the... Oh, yeah, the Heartless, is that what they were called? Or the Nobodies, whatever they're called? Yeah. I never played a whole lot of Kingdom Hearts, so... Lots I never got to experience, but... I know enough to be dangerous. Kind of similar. I can't go through both doors, so I can at least check this one now that the shield has been acquired and returned to its rightful home. Do original graphics for all. I feel like the original graphics look pretty good. I kind of like that the UI is quite different. It's not that different, but it's different enough. That's kind of cool. Yeah, no, I can't help but appreciate like the differences with the models, but also the similarities. We played Soul Reaver 1 and 2, I would just toggle back and forth from the graphics, original and remastered, just from time to time. So but mix it up. Bump. I need the health right now, so let's give him the old Yankee Yank. Can I just knock you down? Yep, I sure can. So I will. Oh, whatever. Actually, I'll just eat. You sound kind of surprised, like, whoa. Maybe they're surprised by the sexual thrill. They're like, oh my god, I'm enjoying this. Why do I have a boner right now? What the hell? And kapow! I missed. Thump. Can I do it again? Kill. Well, as cool as that was, I have to actually get my ass back up there, and I don't have a great way of doing that. But the good news is that the store is just right here, so swing back around. Yeah, those chili crisps, so it sounds kind of nice. Good onion taste. I'm an onion enjoyer for sure. I know that's a vegetable that is divisive to some. I know many onion haters, but I'm a big onion enjoyer. I'm a big onion enjoyer, and Aaron, Game & Browse, is in the chat. He's perhaps the most enthusiastic garlic enjoyer I've ever known. He said that. I know there's been a number of things where he said that like certain things would be like too garlicky for like a normal human. He's like, but he's a garlic fiend. There is no such thing as too much. I respect it. What I'm trying to do is like kind of swashbuckle back and forth. It's a little bit tricky because there we go. It's like kind of hard getting just like the one dash off. It's easy to overdo it. Oh shit. And make it a double dash, which is not really what you're wanting to do. The double dash turns into a jump. Actually, I could just go for the kill. I wish I could, like, suck a little bit of blood and then cover the big kill. Wish it was that simple. Go to the store here, but I'll take that. Also, it occurs to me I should be in the habit of saving every so often. New save. Yep. Make it do the same thing we did in Soul Reaver 1 and 2. Just utilize as many save slots that it'll let me utilize. Go as far as we can, as we possibly can. I say, can I like just fight you both? Like slap you both at the same time? Kill. And kill. Bam. Can I fling him off the edge? Really want to just fling him off the edge. Like stuck. Also, telekinesis meter needs some time to recharge anyway. Ooh. There's the sword we're looking for. The vampire corpses they got hanging off the pikes. Be a little bit more detailed. Before I get that, I'll grab this. Yeah, a little. Oh, so that's what those doors are for. Oh, this is awkward. One of those. Oh, launch his ass off the edge. There we go. Still down there, bro? Now he's dead. So that's what these hatches are for. Those are respawn points. I wonder if there was like a thing we would eventually get that lets us break them, or if that's like a indicator for some kind of platforming ability later on. I wasn't sure. By the way, I really appreciate you can, like, the ceiling is kind of low for this area. You can see, like, right there on the cloud texture there. There's kind of like a little canopy of a texture that kind of covers the area, which is kind of fun. You can see it really clearly right there. What's the kind of sword called? It's like, it's the kind of like, it's one of the Ninja Turtle weapons.
Malek's sword belonged in his right hand.
Kind of how it looks.
However distasteful this errand was, I would return it to its proper place.
Maybe it looks better than the... Okay, there we go. It looks better than the remaster. Pretty cool looking. Yeah, big stretch. Yeah, big stretch. Big. More dudes. Yeah. That thing is just going back and forth is kind of fun, honestly. I kind of like that. Yeah. Take the juice. Thank you. Hey, man, thanks for letting me just suck your friend. Pump, 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 pump. I think when you hear that, ooh, that means they are ripe for a finisher. The fact you're still allowed to just continue fucking with them is kind of fun. Ow.
Die, vampire!
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world. Big kill from you. And then a suck from you. Thank you very much. Well, I'm not getting a suck from you. I'm getting a suck for you. Or you're getting a suck from me. Yeah, you know what I mean. Did a potato. Well, let's not call the whole thing off, though. I see spellcaster lads. Damn it. He's a slippery dick. Get past all these fools. Definitely want to prioritize. Whoa! This guy thinks he's so cool. You know what? I've got cool shit too. How do I do it? There we go. I got cool special abilities too. Don't see me bragging. Oh, he stands up just to fall down again. Can I give you the suck? Oh, guess I did. Bum, 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 bum. Delicious. There we go, Graham. Yeah, it looked like a sigh at first. At least I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, that's like that's the word for it. When I switched to the remastered visuals, I could see more clearly that it's like a more standard sword. But yeah, from a distance, that's kind of the general shape it looked like it had. There we go. Should do that more often. Anything fun to throw these guys into? It's like how we could throw the dudes into the fire, into the torches. That was really fun.
Way to the tower.
Oh, well, this is awkward.
Before me. I look forward to finding Mobius
And killing these dudes as well.
Our conversation.
Anyway, as I was saying, speaking of conversation. They're not ready? Yeah, shit. There we go. Pretty sure it's when the sword bar is full, but getting it to pop on command is the tricky part. Take that. Big suck. And I was gonna just do a quick kill on his end too, but that works too. Works for me. We have the left path available to us, and I'm guessing once that's done, we can go through this big one, not hurt. Says whatever makes a living, man. It's a living. Let's get back to the games. I do love a good blast from the past. What can I say? I mean, this game, of course, is a blast of the past. Blast from the past, rather. I mean, of course, for me, it's a new experience, but the general vibe of playing a game from this era is a nice throwback. Whew. Can I, like, fuck these things up? Oh! You absolutely can. Alright, hold up. Weird idea. 10:30. Do I get experience by killing these guys? I'm not gonna go back and kill all of them. I'm not gonna seek every single one out. They do not give experience, okay. I guess they're more of an obstacle. I could see potentially where maybe they might have like a, there's like a hidden wall behind them and there might be a secret hidden there. I could see that potentially. It never even occurred to me that you could maybe break them down, but should have tried it sooner. Better than having to like just deal around them each time, which is annoying. Bam. What? Getting juiced up by the dude. On fire, motherfucker! Oh, except he didn't catch fire. Never mind.
Get him!
And then the sucky yucky. Clang, clang, clang. That's probably my favorite kind of motion. Just bop, 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 bop. Just back and forth, back and forth. I think he's dead. Now he's extra dead. Ooh. That's the line that always gets me, man. Just the surprise, the shock and awe and sexual pleasure. I'm surprising myself. It's not supposed to feel this good. What will my wife think? My wife. Yeah. The juice. Oreo sleeves? Oh, baby. He says the hidden Oreo sleeves. Wait, do you mean like entire sleeves? Or just like Oreos like deeper in the sleeves that you didn't anticipate? Because I've definitely had that where it's like, yeah. Like, you're getting into like the little cooking container and you're like, oh, that's probably the last one. And then you pull the thing out more and you go, there's more up. And then you pop off. So I've definitely had that.
Lock.
But an entire sleeve, though.
Another way to
That's where things get tricky. Yeah, exactly, Graham, exactly. I think of Eliza Schlesinger. She did a bit where she was talking about how, like, when girls are by themselves, there's no one around. That they, like, when there's no one around and there's no one they need to share their snacks with, they turn into fucking dragons. And she was saying how, like, it's like when she's like, when I'm by myself, I like, rip open a container of Oreos. I use my talons to, like, skewer an entire sleeve of those things, an entire row. And I roast them with my dragon breath and devour them in a single gulp. So when I'm talking about taking out the sleeves, I'm thinking about like she said, just skewering an entire sleeve of them with the talons. The bridge is open. Just the cookies. Yeah, 4 sleeves. He says, hey, bro. He says, give it time. Give it time, my mans. All right, so he presumably allowed the thing to close. Climb this wall, though. Oh, there's 2 of them. There we go. Just spin it fast. Overspin. All right. Whole bunch of dudes. Off the edge. Yeah. What fucking slapped you? Oh, now I'm out of the juice. Oh, no, I'm not out of the juice. Ow. Smack. Oh, I was hoping it would knock him out. Like, knock him out of the ring. What happened with that guy? Oh, I just fucking knocked him out. Like that. There we go. Cool how, like, we knocked him over the banister and, like, it fucking took out the... Yeah, the side. That was kind of cool. So, I definitely... Oh, I go over there. Okay. There's nothing else I'm, like, missing along the way here. Guess we could always jump back if we needed to. Oh, let's go back. Yeah, if there was anything else we wanted to go back to. I'm kind of looking for any like, secrets around here, because I could see... Oh, invisible walls! Oh, no! I was gonna say, at least let me do a ground pound. I was like, yeah, can I do any platforming? Nah, not that kind of deal. It did say that we killed the dudes, though. Is that part of the bridge still messed up? Yes, it is, actually. I'm gonna, like, can I break it myself? A nice little vista of just kind of how the world looks. And the original graphics... Actually, you know what? In some way, I almost prefer the original graphics. There's, like, the volumetric fog is... neat, but I don't know. I kind of like being able to see it a little more clearly, honestly. In their base, killing their dudes? I sure am. That's exactly what I'm doing. Wait. I'm sorry. In their base, killing their dudes. Okay, so if that's a reference to something, it has gone over my head. That one might have gone over my head, unfortunately. But you know what? I say that. It feels a little familiar. It feels vaguely familiar, but I can't place it. Bam. Alright. Which one I like more? Smacking it or overspinning it? Chunk. Oh! Broke the whole damn thing. Oh, goddamn. Well, if I wasn't making my presence known, I think that probably did it. Moved any subtlety. Of course, we're a vampire. We're not exactly much for subtlety anyway, so... Pretty fitting, I would say. Oh. Something nice and decorative. Very pretty. The other door we saw earlier. Right. Yeah. I guess presumably with like with regards to like real-time strategy games, that kind of thing. Like you're playing, I don't know, fucking StarCraft, and that dude, like, someone else posts that message in your chat, like multiplayer, that is. So infernal sundering. So that is, yeah. So same kind of deal. There we go. Pretty sure this guy's already dead, but now he's like extra double mega dead. Stop, he's already dead. Yeah. Bum, smack. Oh! Did the game crash? Oh no. Oh no. I think it's a sick remix. So I think the game might have crashed. It's not my stream, right? God dang it. We were doing so good, man. There it is. There it is. Not responding. I cried. I said, man. Yeah. So it's not my computer. 99 times out of 100 when something like this happens, usually it's my stream. I'm just saying, man. Skrillex, where you at? Yeah, so this is unfortunately a thing we have to deal with. Let's do this. I'm gonna kill it. And I'm going to relaunch. You know, it wasn't that long ago that I saved. So let's see like how much of an issue this is gonna be. Because we know the checkpoints are pretty frequent. But what's considered a checkpoint for a little bit, like, you know, if you die or fall off an edge like I did, and it respawns you, that's obviously a checkpoint, but doesn't that maybe not count as like a thing you can like reload a save from necessarily. So let's see, let me relaunch. I was hoping to like get to Mobius tonight. And see what he has for us. Like see what that whole sequence is going to be. You can tell based on the splash screen, Giannis Aldrin is there. Vorador is there. There's a third guy whose name escapes me. But yeah, there's like all these other characters that we get to presumably eventually meet. And of course, there's still the question of what's Raziel going to be doing. If I say continue, what still happens? So I think actually that's actually not too bad because we had just gotten this sword. So it's actually not too punishing. So it looks like it actually did save the checkpoint specifically. It's really not the worstest. And then we started leveling up. Yeah, we got this right. Okay, so we really lost virtually no progress. So that's actually pretty forgiving. Oh, I gave this guy the suck. I was gonna make I was like, there was mention of like, there we go, pop. Doing that whole deal. Which is actually kind of delightful that it's like a spike attack. Bonk. Pretty sure he's dead. Now he's extra dead. Cool. No crashes this time. I'm gonna do a little safety save just to be sure. We did have the previous remastered collection crash on us once, just once. And of course, this game has more going on. It's a bigger game, larger file size, just a more stuff going on, more what's the word? More fidelity, being on point here. We'll fight those guys in a second. I think we have to go that way, don't we? Have no choice but to go that way. This one, kick. Sounds good, Meerkat. Appreciate you hanging out with us, man. And we're just getting late. Lady lates. But expect to have a boss battle here or some kind of item-a-jig. There's a thing up there. There's nothing right now, but yeah, some kind of platforming thing for sure. There's stuff to be gained. There's a second floor over this way, so that might actually be it. Go up this way. Maybe not. Let's just like another way that way. We'll probably come back this way at some point anyway. And woo! Some OG graphics. OG graphics. You guys think we're so cool. Fucking yoinked. You as well. Through the bridge. Fuck you. Ooh. What even hit me? Something hit me. Clang. Oh, that's right. These guys can throw their shit. You first. Actually, I guess you're the only one. I was gonna try to get all three of them. We use the sword on that little door over this way. That one particular little insertion slot. I'm not cheer. The fancy graphics for a bit. Yeah, but like I said, the original graphics don't look bad at all. It's really not the worstest. Checkpoint and a sliding block puzzle as I live and breathe. No, it's a spinny block puzzle. Again, it makes that GoldenEye noise. One of many, but a sound effect I associate with old school games like GoldenEye.
This artifact, joined with the relic I discovered earlier, appeared to be but one fragment of a larger emblem. This shard was endowed with elemental fire, enhancing both the Reaver and my telekinetic powers.
Juicy. I can light shit now. I can light shit and douse flammable objects. Yeah. Grim says, I'm a little insertion slot. It's like, listen, I had a lot of names in college, some of which I'm not proud of, others I'm extremely proud of. Let's see if I could, like, roll this around, because there's still this door here. Oh, maybe I extinguify these? That's not that way. Or if there's, like, an order of operations. The idea is we gotta open this thing up. Can't move this at all. That has close, yeah, so it's something specifically in this room, some kind of order. Either an order or just like a particular series of things have to be lit and others don't. That's something on this thing, maybe? That, of course, is pointing towards this guy, which is all well and good. Really can't push this. My thought was that I was going to push that in some way. Yeah, there's something I'm like trying to target over there. It might be... There's something that I... Oh, I'm even grabbing something. I'm like hearing the noises of them getting slapped around. So this dude's back there I can reach. Didn't want me to load them all up. Noise. Oh, it's probably the spellcaster guys. That's probably what I'm hearing. Them do is just light them all, and that'll be it. What I'm not seeing here. What am I lacking? The original graphics. Anything different, really? Wouldn't expect there to be. Light this one up. I can't extinguish these. That way. There's no spirit realm, not for Kain. More of a Raziel kind of thing. Actually, not sure. That noise must be the mage fellers. I'm gonna feel really silly if it's like a really simple ass solution to just slap more things. Well, I hope it's not one of those where like there were bad guys that were supposed to spawn in here and they got stuck in the wall or something. Huh. I hope it's not like a thing where, oh, like a thing that was supposed to load in got confused or what happened there. Well, I don't know actually. What do I need to do? What should I do here? It is getting pretty late. Like I was saying, I was hoping I could get to Mobius and have that whatever confrontation was going to happen, have that with him here before we wrap up for the night. But Now I'm not so sure. I'm a little bit concerned that there's a chance this could be an honest to goodness bug, or I'm just a doofus and there's something I've just not noticed, or something that I've not considered here. I just try every possible Oh! Okay. That gets me this guy. Now, why? Okay, maybe the idea is they're the two closest to the door. Okay, maybe that's what's going on here. So if I want to open this door, does that do it? Hey, that did it. Okay, owe me a little faith. I was getting nervous. Make me nervous, game. I want to attack you. No, not you. I want to attack you. There we go. Light your ass on fire. Bump, 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 bump. I take it because I'm getting pretty low on health here. I need even more where that came from. Ow. Ow. Trying to get your bro. There we go. Thank you. I'm just trying to kill your friend. Is that so wrong? Thought he was vulnerable. And now he is. Almost starved to death in that room trying to figure out my shit. Anything else? We got the cool new fire emblem. I guess the idea is that there's probably something we couldn't... Oh, it's gonna be in this room now. That really big, cool-looking room that we... Wait, hold on. Is this it? Is it upstairs? I think I need to go across that bridge again. Maybe? If I remember. Oh, this is the courtyard again. That's not it. No, no, no. This is not it. Yeah, it's like we're looking for that one big room. There was like stuff that was clearly going to be climbable eventually. Yeah, this is what led us here. I remember breaking those the little traps that were inside those spots in the wall. Across this bridge. Be across there. We of course knocked on the front door. Pretty sure it was this one right here. We poked our heads in, saw we could do nothing with it, and said, we'll come back later. Now is that later. So... Bam. Convenient. Now, why does lighting those two torches make that little bridge happen? It's awfully convenient, I'll tell you that much. Oh, I thought that was the thing to pick up for some reason. Ka-chunk. Give me the next one. How convenient. That is game protagonist energy, and I am not gonna correct anybody. I'm not gonna complain. Now, granted, they're giving us fewer, giving us like less complete solutions, but still a pretty good solution. Press that switch, and the little floating platforms will appear to make your dreams a reality. So well and good. If I go... Oh, actually, I was going to open it just yet. There was something that I wanted to try to collect. Picking that shit open.
Here you are at last.
Mobius, you ignorant slut!
I see you found a fragment of the balance emblem. This will be of even further use to you, if you can find the other three. Now, shall we?
Yes. Let us continue our conversation, but on a somewhat different footing. Now, what do you have to tell me, Mobius?
You cannot kill me. We both know that this is not how or when I die.
Death is not the only possible outcome.
I cast testicular torsion.
Fulfilling the vampire's foolish prophecies have badly distorted your judgment. And Raziel is not what you think.
You dare imagine what I think.
So, you prevented Raziel's soul from entering the Reaver. Do you believe for a moment that by this you have averted your fate? Or his? Or that of Nosgoth itself? Your manipulations are pathetic.
Dan's is so wrinkly.
Raziel retains his free will, and that's what frightens you, isn't it, Mobius? You cannot see his path, and so you cannot control it.
And neither can you. Yes, Raziel is shrouded from us, but we see the ripples of his potential actions, and every path he might choose leads to the same outcome. He will kill you, Kain. In sparing Raziel, you have written your own death sentence.
You still have not answered the question I came to ask. Where is Raziel?
He is not, in a true sense, here. Not now.
Don't try my patience, Mobius. What have you done with him?
Are the pillars?
He is contained. In time, it may be safe to release him. His destiny must be completed. He will enter the sword. But until that time, he is dangerous. Far more dangerous than you could understand.
And your incontrovertible evidence?
The answers are plain, if you know where to look. Go west of the pillars. There you will find a testament, written in stone.
But stones, too, can lie.
Convenient that there's, I guess, just something in the stones near the pillars that has the answers we seek. Unless it's like a particular, I don't know, some kind of like reference to the spectral realm, some kind of link to it. It's hard to say. This is very interesting looking. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 of them. I mean, this is the Seraphine Stronghold, so maybe there were 7 warrior priests. I obviously couldn't attempt to name them, but the number might match up based on what I'm thinking. Go back. Let's see if there was that one thing I could grab. There was something that caught my eye. Saw it from afar. I think it's nothing crazy. Oh, you know, maybe the thing I thought I saw was just the... Oh yeah, there it is right there. I do see it, yeah. See, maybe the thing I thought I saw was the switches. Is that? And just make the jump from here. What if I could? If it's just a matter of kind of jumping along these things, or if there was another series of platforms I could throw together. Grab onto here, no problem. I'm more thinking about jumping along the top areas. Can land on this, yeah. So can I just kind of platform all the way across? I'm not sure if this is what they intend. Again, this is just one of the... Oh, a little bit short, dude. A little bit short. A day late and $1 short. Of course, this is all just for one of those arcane tomes, which, you know, has whoops, lore and background deets, but also can at least sometimes have alternate skins. So, you know, functionally nothing that impressive, but the completionist in me wants it. Not to say this is going to be a completionist playthrough. There's no way this is going to be a 100% playthrough, obviously. Not how it works, but I'll do what I can. Oop. Yeah, sounds like it sometimes come up a little bit short. I think I just have to really cut that jump close. Mosquitoes biting your ass? Yeah. Yeah, that's always the worst when there's one mosquito in particular that is eluding your clutches. Oop. Grab. There we go. Oop. Grab. There we go. All right, one more. One more. See if I like really cut it to the edge. Oop. Oh no! Fuck. Gonna say if I really cut it to the edge, I'm in pretty good shape, but the timing of getting that initiating the glide can make all the difference sometimes. Thing better be cool. Whatever it is, it better be something real dope. and not a boring ass arcane tome that just has like something insignificant. Make it something really sick. Make it worth it. What is it? Ah! It is. Okay, well, it's probably something not terribly huge if it didn't like give us a pop-up. Be under collectibles, arcane tomes. Yeah, so it's this one, I suppose. I'm guessing it's in order. Of course, there's a good chunk of them, as you can imagine. Well, now we got it. Now we got it, and I can rest easy. And Gallanth Raids, what's up, buddy? We've been doing a lot of Soul Reaver and Legacy of Kain stuff. We actually beat Soul Reaver 2 last night, or not last night, 2 nights ago. So now we're getting into Legacy of Kain Defiance. This is Defiance Remastered. So this is the... Up until recently, this was actually the latest game in the series. We're only on Chapter 3, so we're still in the early stages. In fact, if you've played this game before, you might recognize this area. This is where we just confronted Mobius. But I wanted to go back to grab something that I had missed. I'd want to go back and grab a pickup that we saw from afar but had not grabbed myself.
Pillars of Nosgoth stood pristine against the horizon. To the west, I would find the enlightenment Mobius felt I lacked.
If you've played this game before, you probably recognize where we are. We're still pretty early on here, but if you've not played this game, this takes place after the events of Soul Reaver 2, and I think after the events of Blood Omen 2. I think Blood Omen 2 would have also already happened by this point. Pretty cool so far. I'm liking it a lot, and of course, it's my first playthrough. This whole Legacy of Kain focus I've had lately has all been on my first exposure to the series, so beating Soul Reaver 1, Soul Reaver 2, and now jumping into this one. All for the first time doing these Legacy of Kain extravaganzas. So that concludes Chapter 3.
There had to be a
Now
way
we see
to
what
escape
Raziel's up
the
to.
spirit world without the help my master was pleased to deny me. Only in the material realm would I have a chance to seek my destiny, or change it.
So, of course, Kain is one of the protagonists. Raziel is the other one. There we go. I see, Gallanth, you're doing some of that cool, let's see what you were doing. Oh, some Star Citizen. Very nice, man. Gallanth, you know what I'm going to ask. If there's any clips of yours you want to share with me, I'm always down, bud. Anything yours you want to share, I am super, super down. Give that guy the slurp. Also, what's this? Oh, I probably can't grab it because I need a conduit to the physical realm. Right. And I can't just fast travel back that way. Not gonna be that simple. Yeah, this is the remastered version, so if you're looking at this game, you're going, man, these visuals are way better than I remember. That's because this is the remastered version of Legacy of Kain Defiance. If you want to see the OG graphics, you can toggle it with this button right here. There we go. So there's the original. And honestly, I think even the original looks pretty good. Now, granted, this was a PS2 game originally, so we didn't have widescreen, we didn't have 60 FPS. So, you know, it's not, there are still like the modern conveniences. Also, I've been informed that the camera of the original was not quite as flexible. I'm on mouse keyboard right now, so I got like very easy camera controls. It's very nice. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool so far. Got a raid and run. Totally fine. Totally fine. I had to be up in a couple hours, which sounds all too familiar. Which is to say, no, that's a lie. I'm always so responsible. I'm always so responsible. I never stay up late playing video games. Don't look at what time it is right now. Just don't look. Don't look at it. Don't be reminded of my degenerate behavior. No need to call attention to it. No one correct me. It's perfectly fine. The question is, do we have any cool guy, cool person combos with it Kain does, or like special moves? I don't think we do, at least not just yet. First, I think that guy just reconstituted, which is very not cool. Okay, if I'm not fast enough in finishing these dudes off, they will regain their composure. Suck, and there we go. Because of course we're a Soul Reaver. That's what we do. We reave the souls. We consume the souls. These little gremlin fellows are like corrupted souls, basically. Yeah, if I double check, say Dex. Again, nothing. We're level 0, so we've been leveling up as Kain, but we haven't leveled up hardly at all as Raziel. Not as much combat stuff as Raziel, unfortunately. Oh. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, so we need to get out of the spirit. Sorry, I really like how that looks. It's kind of funny to me. We have to get out of the spectral realm. Good, I like that. We have to get out of the spectral realm so we can like interact with the world around us. But to do that, we have to find a conduit leading back to the material world. Big fan of the Police. There's that one song by the Police. Spirits in a material world. We are right now, apparently. Which that means that's a little fast travel spot, a little like, on the ground. And onesie doozy. Oh, I thought I was gonna get them both. Just got the one. Yoink. I have that. A little telekinetic attack. I guess that's the equivalent of our old projectile attack we used to have. This looks encouraging. I'm not sure what this is. I wonder if this is maybe some interaction here. Maybe a port for us. I get it? There we go. What's this guy? I think it's just a bonfire. I got too excited. Yeah, what's this guy here? I mean, I'm assuming that if there was a spot to switch back, it would like pop up somehow. Material realm, right. Shifting back and forth, right. Spirit gases indicate, right, okay. So that's what you would use. So it pops up very obviously. Material icon, okay. So the C button does nothing, yes, so this is not it. We're in a graveyard, so if there was ever a time to find something like this, we might be so lucky. I think this is where we first came from, right? No, it's not. This is something different. Cool, we gotta fight these guys now, yep. And of course, these guys are pretty similar to the dudes that Kain was fighting. He got to fight something pretty similar in his chapter. The implication, at least, then. Yeah. That whatever Mobius is sending after to fight Kain is not of this physical realm, but of the spirit realm. Not sure how unusual that is. Yeah, that Raziel is quite familiar with spirit realm weirdness. But presumably, Kain probably hasn't had much, if any, exposure to the spirit realm. Get that guy too. Nothing else. Big door. Oh, right, spirit realm. Can't do it. Can't actually open doors in the spirit realm. We need the physical manifestation to like grasp onto a door handle. Limitations. And lamentations too. So we need to keep our eyes peeled for some sort of indicator that says, yeah, go here. This will be the place that will give your spirit the big suck. And you can climb some walls. This form as well. Now that looks encouraging, but that's just a pickup. And actually, oh, I can pick that up. Okay, I wasn't sure it was gonna work that way. Kind of that's more of a like a collectible in the metagaming sense. Climbable. A trippy camera effect. It's not chromatic aberration, but it's something kind of similar. Which threw me off. That's where he just came from. Feels new. Nothing else. Oh my. Don't know if that is significant in some way. These little guys to the left and right. Little pedestals.
An ancient gate, sealed by the powers of light and darkness, barred the way to the pillars beyond. To depart this place and continue my journey,
I need to open doors.
find the means to open it.
Yep. Yeah, it's not that simple. Not that simple. I thought maybe there'd be something to these guys. Anything? Nothing? Nah. Wishful thinking. Let's keep looking, though. Let's keep looking. I'll find something eventually. We've seen now multiple things that we need spirit body, or physical body, to be able to interact with and or open or fondle. Any sort of fun activities. Well, these guys have respawned, which is just great. A little bit annoying to fight. Of course, the more I fight, the more I fight them, even in this area. Presumably, I'm still getting experience. 398. Presumably, I'm still getting something for my troubles. Then, yeah. So they don't give a lot of experience, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. At least they're like fairly easy to drop down. Yoink. Enough, that should be enough. The area looks interesting. Yep. Yeah, but again, I can't really do anything up there anyway. Yeah, no invisible walls, yeah. I don't think that's a subtle, not so subtle way of the game saying like, you're gonna need something else. Or just come back when you have a physical body. Anything here? Can't actually, like, even if I could get up there, just one big door I think over there. Kind of see it back there? Yeah, and I can't open doors right now. Can't do it. Doors, impossible. Too much. You're simply asking too much. What about this way? Unless this is where I came from, maybe? Checkpoint. Something. I think this is where we started, though. I think that's it. Split the doors open the way that we split thighs open. Yes. Exactly, Grim. Right. Jägermeister and dirty texts. Only dirty texts, not dirty images? Well, that's disappointing. Well, that's disappointing. What's up, Ailu? You see, Graham, Ailu's here, and you're only saying there's dirty text, but no dirty images? You're gonna be disappointing Ailu. You know how she gets. No dirty images? Come on, man. Where's the fun in that? Good to see Ailu. Did you ever play the series back in the day, Ailu? Because I am a relative noob to it, but I'm starting to learn. Starting to get learnt. We played through Soul Reaver 1 and 2 over the past, like, week and a half or so. Even though I am a relative noob to the series, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, and I've been enjoying the series a lot. We beat Soul Reaver 1 about a week ago. Beat Soul Reaver 2 just a couple days ago. And, of course, they were old. Obviously, they were old games. This is, of course, Defiance, but it's the remastered version of Defiance. Hence why the visuals look a little bit nicer. But there are the original visuals. Like, if I press this button, now we got the original graphics, which is pretty cool. I never played the series back in the day, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. But I'm liking what I'm experiencing here. It's very cool. It's very stylish. Love the vibe. Love the aesthetic. No, that's not it. We've already been through here. Can't do it, yeah. And there's also Blood Omen. Blood Omen 1 and 2, which I've not played. And Blood Omen, of course, is the first in the series. I've not played that one. That one's also, I think, the most different in a lot of ways. That one's a kind of like a CRPG, like an RPG, kind of like an old role-playing game, basically. And then Blood Omen, I think Blood Omen 2 rather is more something kind of akin to this game. Awning, man. Looking for anything else that could jump out at me. It's probably gonna be up here, though. guess haven't been. Oop. Press some buttons, see if there's anything around here, maybe. Ow. Right, fine. I was gonna just platform around and explore, but you forced my penis. Like, something over there my guy really wants to target. Am I liking the remaster so far? I am, yeah. So the remastered versions of Soul Reaver 1 and 2 were very enjoyable. Again, they're old games. They're real old. They got that old game clunk. And I'm not afraid of old game clunk. I'm a retro game enjoyer in a lot of ways. So, you know, that's not something that I've ever shied away from. And not about to start. So, yeah, so I've definitely enjoyed this a lot. Soul Reaver 1 was an interesting one because that was, in a lot of ways, that game was almost kind of like a Metroidvania. It was still fairly linear. Usually Metroidvanias have like kind of a non-linear approach to it, but the fact that like you would get a new ability and that new ability would unlock new areas that you could explore, and those explorations could lead to bonus abilities and extra power-ups and some cool exploration moments. It was really cool. The medallions you could find, the health increases, the energy increases. Soul Reaver 2 comes around and way dials up the story, and I loved that. I love the more story moments, more cutscenes, more dialogue, and more kind of explorations of the world building. I think the world building is very good. Soul Reaver 1 was cool, but it was kind of light on really, really interesting world building. Every time you encountered one of Raziel's old, now corrupted compatriots, Seraphim compatriots, now turned into a monster by Kain and being allied with him. You know, they exchanged a couple words, but no really interesting reveals really beyond just the Seraphim tomb. So yeah, Soul Reaver 1, very clunky, had some unintuitive puzzles and some weird kind of conveyance things that I didn't love, but overall I thought it was pretty neat. Soul Reaver 2, much better dialogue, much better, or not dialogue, much more frequent cutscenes, and interesting world building, cool lore, and the combat was a little bit better combat, but the downside of the game was super linear. The Soul Reaver 2, that is, better in a lot of ways, but super linear, virtually no exploration, and you do a lot of the same, explore the same kind of areas over and over again. There's time travel in that game, without spoiling too much. There's time travel. And when you do time travel in that game, you don't go to new areas when you time travel. You just time travel to the same areas across multiple eras. So you end up seeing the same kind of spot over and over again, which is fine. But by the end, I was kind of ready for the game to be done. So it never overstayed its welcome necessarily. But I wasn't sad when the game ended. It wasn't like, oh, I want more. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling satisfied here. How it goes, man. How it goes. Back this way, maybe? I don't know if I actually entered into this area. This might be it. The old game jank, exactly. And I love me some Morrowind, love me the older Elder Scrolls games. I'm with you. And that's actually part of what drew me to the series. I'd always heard that the series was a fan favorite amongst a lot of the old school faithful. I grew up in the N64 era, so I grew up, you know, in the era where these games were really popping off. This one, of course, was for a while the last one in the series. This is the one that came out in, I think, 2004. Here we go. Here we go. That looks encouraging. So I think this one came out in 04, so, you know, a little bit later. But still, I never had a PlayStation way back in the day.
Rising from the
These are all PlayStation games.
Within. As I neared, I felt a distinct spiritual pull.
Oh, they're yanking at my spirit. They're yanking me.
Pull intensified.
So this is how we can do it. Yeah. Physical realm.
In the end, it was not difficult. I projected myself down into that tomb.
We can't use our usual conduits.
And found myself reborn into the material world.
Oh, we're a corpse. Oh, we were a corpse.
It was a loathsome vessel. But with an effort of will, that too could change.
Very cool. And again, that was the original graphics, obviously, but there's the remastered ones. So now we're in the physical realm, which is exciting. Up until now, as Raziel, we've only been in the spiritual realm, but now we're in the material one. It's pretty sweet. What's this? Charge the Reaver. Then I'm guessing that means I can do like the cool, like fancy attacks or something, fancy projectiles or something. Not sure why we'd want to use it. Oh, wait, I think I know. Click and hold. It's pretty similar to Kain's special move. That makes sense. There we go. Go back this way. It's open. Do some. Oh,
gargoyles quickened as I drew near. triggering the door to
a
close.
steely gaze.
I would need to find some means of approaching the door without being observed.
That'd be the spirit realm, right? Let me go this way real quick. Kind of curious. Yeah. We've seen these before, but only the spirit realm. Didn't realize these were spirit and physical fellas. Looks like we maybe lose. Oh, attack rapidly. There we go. Looks like we maybe lose some of the juice for the Soul Reaver. So I guess we go outside of combat, but within combat, it's kind of a familiar tale. As you attack the bad guys, you get the good stuff. You attack the bad guys, you get the stuff back. Oh, we're not done. We're not done. Now we're done. Now we're done. A couple things I wanted to grab. As for making myself invisible, the first thing that comes to mind is the spirit realm, but I'm not sure if that's the answer, just because we literally just got the physical realm, so there might be something else to snag. We'll run here for a little bit. I gotta say, it's kind of refreshing not having that like, I don't know, like duplicate vision effect we were having, where in the spirit realm there's like cool visual effect that everything kind of echoes a little bit visually.
I tell you, the pillars are haunted.
Haunted?
I heard a woman's voice talking and moaning. And
Ariel.
there was no one there.
How many vampires have you killed? And you can't put us down one ghost.
I knew who these were. Vampire hunters, scouring the countryside, destroying what had once been my kind.
You're not gonna love seeing me though.
What is that? A vampire or a demon?
Where?
Here.
Ah, shit.
Get him!
Quickly.
I mean,
no mercy.
you technically have no quarrel with me, or I have no quarrel with you. Now I'm guessing I'll be able to suckify their souls like that. So I just murder them, steal their souls, easy peasy. Yeah, like this. Suck. Ouch. E? There we go. No. Is that enough? That's enough.
These were Mobius's
Delicious.
hunters, mercenaries enlisted.
Oh, in that case, I don't feel bad killing them.
Exterminate the vampires. His insignia was unmistakable. But this meant I'd been captive in the underworld for centuries. I had lost 500 years.
I hate when that happens.
Then I knew
nap too long,
what
forget to
ghost
set a
it
timer?
was that haunted the
All the time.
pillars. Ariel, the specter of the murdered Balance Guardian. Perhaps she could provide the answers I sought. But first, I would have to find a way out of this cemetery.
To the pillars, right? I mean, that's where Kain's going. That's where we're going next. It makes the most sense. Because I'm pretty sure Ariel is like always going to be just haunting those pillars. That's just kind of her thing. Unfortunately, we do need to wrap it up here just because it is getting quite late. But this is delightful. I mean, this is... I was saying how I've like... The joke when I was finishing up with Soul Reaver 2. And I was saying like, man... Oh, actually, let's do a quick look at the Dark Chronicle. Oh, I think I know what this is. This is just like a text printout, right? Or, oh, wait. Cutscenes, maybe?
I understand.
Yeah, it's... Okay, it's a cutscenes. Never mind. Skip cinematic. Yeah, okay, never mind. Those are just cutscenes. Bonus material. So we haven't unlocked the making of. There's a music player. Deluxe pack. What's that? Oh, okay, like there's like a demo. The Dark Prophecy. I guess like old school cutscenes, maybe. Comic books. That sounds cool. Oh, that is cool. Wow, that's neat. Soundtrack to the comic books. That's cool. So I'm not going to read that right now, obviously, but that's just, I'm just kind of doing a quick perusal. But anyway, just to kind of complete the thought, I was saying earlier how after completing Soul Reaver 1 and 2, I was saying, like, there was things I like about both games. I wish there was something that maybe combined everything I liked from the first two games, but maybe remove some of the lesser nice things that I didn't like as much. I don't know if I know enough to say that this game is on track to fulfilling that, but I will say that this game does a good job of, like, the combat is, of course, way nicer, way I mean, maybe not floaty, but way more freeing, way more... It just flows better is probably the term I would use. The combat flows really well. Locking onto bad guys feels very natural, or at least feels more natural. I mean, it's still a 2004 game, so there's still a little bit of that older action-adventure, slight clunkiness. It's a little bit clumsy at times, but man, is it smoother than Soul Reaver 1 and Soul Reaver 2 for that matter. What's the original opening movie? I'm kind of curious.
Given the choice, whether to rule a corrupt
Letterboxing, baby.
empire, or to challenge the fates for another throw, a better throw against one's destiny. What was a king to do?
So pretty similar to what we saw with the intro for this game, where that was the intro from Soul Reaver 1. Here's the intro to Soul Reaver 2. So a slightly different edit, basically. That's kind of cool. I always love that shot right there of Raziel kind of floating in like that through the Tempest.
But does one ever truly have a choice? One can only match, move by move, the machinations of fate, and thus defy the tyrannous stars.
So a very similar intro sequence, but a couple differences to the edits, and of course that old school logo is just delightful. But anyway, no, so I'm liking this a lot so far. I'm liking the how combat feels, platforming feels pretty reasonable. The ledge grabs are pretty reliable. There's a couple invisible walls from time to time, which are a little bit annoying, but not a huge issue.
And so I returned to the sanctuary of my enemy, the fortress of the Sarafan Brotherhood, deemed impossible for...
I think the rest of this is the same, because yeah, we saw this earlier.
Impossible for any man.
Yoink.
Deep within these walls, my prey awaited. Mobius, the time streamer, deceiver and eternal gamester, using living beings as his pawns.
In the end, we'd rooted out an entire nest of the fiends.
But we had swept that area already.
Not well enough, but no matter. We purged every last one of that brood with fire, and their souls now rest.
Not lost to me that the subtitles are a little bit out of sequence.
It was time for Mobius to answer a few questions. I hoped for his sake to find him in a forthcoming mood.
And of course flows into the actual first level. Yeah, so pretty similar, but it's, like I said, it's kind of fun seeing the original graphics, and of course, I don't know, so the old logos, all that kind of thing is kind of neat. But anyway, no, I was saying how, like, there's a lot of things about this game that I appreciate. And I think Frax had pointed out that, yeah, there's, like, absolutely a whole bunch of great lore stuff, a lot of the great world building I love so much in Soul Reaver 2 with that, so that gives me hope. I like the fact that you can play both as Raziel and as Kain, and they both play kind of differently. They both play similar in a lot of ways for sure, but I like that there are some nuances to each one. Of course, with Raziel, the big one is, of course, is his ability to go back and forth between the spectral realm and the physical realm. So I like that that's still present here, as a concept at least, but it's a little bit different this time around, which I appreciate. Yeah, really cool stuff. And the remaster, I think, has been done really well. I think it looks incredible. I think the new graphics look very pretty, but not, like, overly deviating from the original styling, so I think it's very appropriate. Yeah. I think at one point in Soul Reaver 2 early on, they made, or maybe even 1, someone made reference to Mobius and they called him that damned streamer, and I was like, that's me. I'm the damn streamer. Now this is good though. This is very good. The only real downside, of course, we have that one crash earlier, but the nice thing of the game is the game it makes checkpoints very frequently and very generously, and you can pause and save anytime you want. That was a huge issue I had with Soul Reaver 2, where you were limited on where you could save the game. Soul Reaver 1, you could save anywhere, but Soul Reaver 2, you had to find a save point, and save points were sometimes, like, you'd go hours without seeing one, and if you died, I mean, there were some actual checkpoints that would be scattered around, but that was, I think those were only if you got sent to the spectral realm. If your game crashed or if your computer pooped out or something like that, then you were in trouble, obviously. So I'm really grateful that this game has, like, yeah, proper, like, saving at will, which is nice, ad hoc saving. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm liking this a lot. We were talking earlier about how it compares to games like God of War, because of course this is a PS2 game. Came out in, I think, 04 or 05, and God of War came out a little bit later. The first ones, that is. The first God of War game. So, that, when it came, and then, of course, God of War is more of like it's more of a spectacle fighter, really. This game isn't a spectacle fighter. There are some, maybe I would call it kind of a beat 'em up. When I think of spectacle fighter, I think of your performance getting graded. Nothing's really grading you here. It reflects well on you, and it looks cool if you use different combos and not just the same move every time, but you can. There's nothing stopping you. So I would call it more of an kind of a beat 'em up, kind of an action adventure platformer. Not much of a puzzle game, at least not this time around, or not so far. But maybe there are more puzzle things to be seen, just because we've only just done the first couple areas with each character. So there's plenty more to do, I think. Seems like Raziel is probably more focused on platforming, and Kain is probably probably a little bit more on combat, and probably a little bit more on more straightforward level design, that kind of thing. But yeah. 20 minutes outside. That's right, Corinne. That's right, man. Now this is good. I'm really grateful we were able to try this one out, because this was really, really fantastic. It's tricky comparing it, like, in an apples to apples sense to other Legacy of Kain games, because Soul Reaver 1 and 2 are so fucking old. I mean, it's almost not a fair comparison saying, wow, this is so much better, because it's really not a fair fight. Like, of course it's gonna age better, obviously. But I'm impressed by, like, this is kind of a measure of how the series has grown over those, like, humble beginnings with Soul Reaver 1 and maybe to some extent Blood Omen. And now, like, the story has progressed, things have gotten interesting, there's all these odd entanglements with the characters, and as the sophistication of the story being told has expanded and has grown, so too has, like, the fidelity of the graphics and the control scheme and the combat. So it's like we're all kind of, it's like we, over the years, we grew with the series, which is kind of cool. I bet this was exciting to play Soul Reaver 1 and then play this one and play Blood Omen 2 and, like, recognize how things continue to pop off, which of course makes Legacy of Kain Ascendance, the newest game, I guess that much more of a disappointment for some folks. But this is awesome, man. So thank you again for hanging out with us. Thank you to Galna for that raid. That was super nice of you, buddy. I did see the Ilu with the nut. Thank you, Ilu. We always nut for our friends. We nut for our friends. That's how we fucking do it, man. And thank you again to Lorkit for hooking us up with the review key. This is super nice of them. And it's great because we've actually, I think Lorkit was how we got our original review key for Soul Reaver Remastered 1 and 2. So Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered, that is. So they've been really good to us when it comes to giving us the hookup with the series. I definitely want to play more of this game. We do have other things to get to on a more short-term order. Kind of the reason I was fast-tracking Soul Reaver, maybe not fast-tracking, but focusing Soul Reaver 1 and 2, is because we had a review key for this one, and the way that Lurkit usually works is that you have, like, usually 3 or 4 weeks, well, I guess more 4 or 5 weeks, to stream a game and submit your content to them for review to confirm that you, like, played the game sometime after you accepted the review key for it. So since I knew this remaster was really well received, I was like, well, I definitely want to check this one out, but I want to see if I can beat Soul Reaver 1 and 2 before I start Defiance Remastered. And it worked out perfectly, where we beat it on Saturday, and we jumped into it tonight, so this is awesome. So the reason, I kind of had that as Soul Reaver 1 and 2 as the focus, was to make sure I was, like, prepared for this one. So I was prepared for this game, so I could jump in and know the story and be fairly familiar with kind of what to expect. Now that we're caught up to that point, and we played the game tonight, this, of course, will fulfill my requirements to Lurkit as far as making sure I play the game, making sure I showcase the game on my stream sometime before the deadline. And because I have other deadlines to get to for other stream games and other review keys, we're going to put this on a little bit of a pause because I got a couple of things we'll be playing this week in particular. But I will be returning to this for sure because this was really, really cool.